zo dadelijk beginnen met de wedstrijd, maar daarvoor nog even een kleine ceremonie. Daarvoor wil ik vragen of het team van Curaçao Neptunus een line-up wil maken tussen de thuisplaat en het derde honk. Te beginnen met het startende teamtal. En dat zijn in slagvolgorde Jandino Trop, die speelt positie 7 en dat is linksveld. Daarna Stijn van der Meer, positie 5, derde honk. John Polonius, positie 6, korte stop. Roger Bernard. En deze prijs gaat naar degene die, zoals de naam al zegt, dit seizoen de meeste hoogtepunten heeft geslagen. Dit jaar gaat de prijs naar de speler van L&D Amsterdam Pirates. Hij sloeg dit jaar 8 homeruns en bleef daarmee zijn concurrentie ruim voor. De home run king, hoofdklasse honkbal, 20. Dan gaan we verder met de andere prijs. En daarvoor hoeven we niet ver te zoeken. De most valuable player van het reguliere seizoen staat.
Wij horen elkaar gewoon.
Ook van het team van LNE
Ja.
Amsterdam Pirates.
Hoor jij jezelf? Ik, nee.
Denzel Richardson.
Nu dan.
Yes. Ja.
Hard? Of niet? Goed?
Ja, ik ben een beetje zacht misschien.
Ja,
Ja, het is oké.
Helaas zonder Emerson Leek en Polmer zoals u gewend bent. Maar HCW speelt met Fildrik Llewellyn in het linksveld, Chandro Tromp in het middenveld, Victor Draaier in het rechtsveld. Max Draaier op het derde honk, Bob van der Meer korte stop, Bradley Martina op het tweede honk, Quentin de Cuba op het eerste honk, Julian Goins achter de thuisplaat en Lars Huijer als startende werper. In het publiek zult u
En nu hoor ik mezelf niet.
Nu hoor ik mijn rechteroor is nu weg.
Nu horen we elkaar niet en onszelf niet.
Ik hoor jou links.
Nu wel?
Ja.
Ja.
Check.
Dat was hem. Zo.
Aanslag voor Curaçao Neptunus, linksvelder Chandino Tromp.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 4 of the Holland Series 2022. HCW Bussum against Curaçao Neptunus. We're having some audio issues here, but we're about to get this game underway. I'll get you all caught up with lineups and everything as we don't get a chance to introduce ourselves because we have a grounder to shortstop and out number 1 here. Welcome to Bussum. My name is Jasper Roos. I'll be your announcer again today, and I'm joined by a very special co-announcer today. I'd like to introduce you to Jurian Lobbezo. Jurian, welcome to the broadcast booth.
Thank you very much. Very nice to be here today.
Can you, for the people at home who do not know who you are and why you are joining me in the booth today, can you tell everyone at home who you are and what qualifies you to be here today?
Oh, well. Yeah, I was part of HCW back in the late 90s where we had a pretty successful period. National champions 96, 98, European Cup. So yeah, it was a great time to be here. And I'm very happy to be here today to see, hopefully, to get this history repeated.
For the people at home, Jurian was a starting pitcher for HCW and the Dutch national team. And when I was a kid, I used to watch Jurian pitch, so this is a joy for me too to have you in the booth with me. It's a very exciting time.
Thank you.
We are looking at Lars Huijer throwing pitches in the direction of Stijn van der Meer, who's batting second today for Curaçao Neptunus. We will have the lineups for you in a second in between at bats, as it's a 1-2 count as Stijn van der Meer looks at ball 2, low and outside.
Yeah, Stijn looks great today. I think he has a very nice period in his career where he's just hot.
As he pops that one up over our head and it will land on our roof. Huijer today on the mound for HCW. HCW looking to clinch, HCW looking to take home their first national championship in a very long time as Huijer strikes out Van der Meer. And that gives us a chance to give you the lineups. There we go, the other one. Thank you. We have the defensive alignment. We have Fildrik Llewellyn in the left, Jandro Tromp in center, Victor Draaier in shortstop, Bob van der Meer, second base, Bradley Martina. And then we have Max Draaier at third base, Quinten de Cuba at first base, Julian Goins once again behind the plate, Lars Huijer on the mound, and Kevin Dirksen will be DHing. And we'll get you the
ball 1, fastball inside.
There's your lineup for Neptunus as well. Tromp, Van der Meer, Polonius, Bernardino, Martina, Kemp. As that pitch by Huijer is inside for ball 2. Christian Diaz, Dashenko Ricardo, Shaden Yamanika, the bottom 3 of the Neptunus batting order. Fast game. Huijer known to be a fast worker who is not happy with that pitch as he kicks up some dirt. Would you show emotion like that this early in the game, that you're clearly annoyed with yourself when if you throw a pitch that wasn't the one you wanted?
I think so. I mean, this is an important game. The first inning is always very important to get, to get settled, get things going. So yeah. Ball 4.
Yeah, that pitch is inside. So Polonius walks, and Neptunus are in business with 2 away here. And the big man, Shark, Roger Bernardina, coming to the plate, number 29. The lefty hitter has exchanged his bright orange bat for a plain black one today. He played a couple of the other games in the Holland Series with a very brightly orange bat. I'm assuming that from his Kingdom days.
Yeah.
Borrowed one from the team.
Dangerous guy, this one. hitting 375 in the regular season.
As he grounds the first pitch to short base, handled by Bob van der Meer, flipped to Brandley Martina, and Polonius is forced out at second base, and that'll do it for the inning, top of the first inning. That is a very quick top of the first inning, and that will give us the opportunity to give you the Neptunus defensive alignment and the HCAW batting order. Yes, there it is. For Neptunus in left field, Yondido Tromp, center field, Roger Bernardina, right field, Christian Diaz, up the middle, shortstop, John Polonius, and second baseman, Dwayne Kemp. On the corner, Stijn van der Meer at third, Shadian Yamanika at first base. DH is Junior Martina, Deshenko Ricardo behind the plate, Kevin Kelly on the mound. And as you see on the right side of your screen, the batting order for HCAW. We have Brandley Martina back in the leadoff spot after sitting out a game last week due to injury. Victor Dreyer, who had the decisive home run in Game 3 in right field. Jandro Tromp in center field. Kevin Dirksen cleaning up. Frederik Llewellyn now in left field again. Batting fifth, Quinten de Cuba at first base. Max Dreyer at third base. Bob van der Meer batting eighth. And Julian Goins behind the plate and batting ninth.
It's a nice crowd today, Jasper.
It's a very nice crowd. Last week as well here in Bussum. We have umpires as well. There you go. We have umpire Wessel behind the plate van Groningen Schinkel at first base, Steiger at second base, and Aad Otsen, Aadje voor de sfeer, I should say, at third base. Your Honkbal Week crowd will remember Aadje voor de sfeer. Veteran umpire.
Van Groningen Schinkel, yeah, his dad used to be a very famous umpire in the Dutch leagues.
He's in attendance as well, Fred van Groningen Schinkel.
Yeah,
Stenner at first base.
I shook his hand right before the game. Yeah.
There you go.
Nice to see him.
As we have your former teammate, Danny Romley, walking through the screen for the people at home right now, putting his helmet on, because he does all his managing and coaching from the third base box, not from the dugout.
I had a chat with Danny on the phone this week, and I asked him how he felt and how the team was going, and yeah, it's a great group of guys, he said. And, yeah, the strength really has been this year. Yeah, the mental part of the game, take it easy, and yeah. He also said, I feel it's really important to give attention to all the people in the team and respect them. So I think he's doing a marvelous job this year, right?
He really has. He really has done a great job. It's been really fun to watch HCAW grow into the season. They started off on a crazy streak. I think they went 14-0 in the first 14 games. 18-0, there you go. Like a crazy streak. And then obviously that's a good way to start your season, because that sets the tone for the team, right? When you're on a baseball team, if you start out right, you get out of the gates hot.
Yep.
Gives you confidence.
Yes, of course. And also, if you start 18-0, you have some slack if you have a little bit lesser period. So, yeah.
As Kevin Kelly is back on the mound for Curaçao Neptunus, we also saw him in Game 3 last week in Rotterdam. He was absolutely outstanding. And he told me after the game, when I interviewed him for the honkbalsoftball.tv website, as he fires in a strike here to Brandley Martina for a 1-1 count, he told me he made one mistake. The only mistake he made was to Victor Dreyer, who hit it a long way over the fence for the only run in the ballgame. Kelly was outstanding, 11 strikeouts last week in 8 innings plus. As he winds up and fires here for the next pitch in the bat. It's a fastball. Martina takes it for a strike. 1-2. 2-2, excuse me.
Yeah, I think pitching has been the key to the Holland Series this year.
Absolutely. As that ball is low. So Brandley Martina back in the leadoff spot, doing leadoff man things, making Kelly throw a lot of pitches, giving his teammates a chance to see what Kelly has today. As Kelly winds, fires, and that is ball 4. So the speedy leadoff man aboard, Brandley Martina, led the Hoofdklasse in stolen bases this year. 32 stolen bases.
That's amazing.
He received the award for the best base stealer in the league last week.
Can you imagine if you play 162 games in the Major League, how many stolen bases he would have had?
He would break every record in the book. He'd be the new Ricky Henderson.
Yeah.
As that brings up the number 2 hitter, Victor Dreyer, as Martina takes a sizable lead. Let's see if Kelly keeps an eye on him. Nope, there goes Martina. There's the bunt attempt by Dreyer. It's a perfect bunt, fielded cleanly by Van der Meer, who throws out Dreyer, but Brandley Martina, who may have had that base stolen regardless, because he had a huge jump.
Yeah.
But Martina now in scoring position, and that gives...
Perfectly executed, but
Yeah, and very nice job. That gives HCAW the chance here with the Andere Tromp stepping into the plate, stepping into the box to take the early lead here. As Kevin Dirksen is taking his hacks from the on-deck circle. The Andere Tromp, one of the top hitters in the Dutch Hoofdklasse. Lefty with that sweet, sweet swing. Excellent defensive outfielder as well. Made some great plays in games 2 and 3. As he takes strike 1 by Kelly.
yeah, Trump was hitting 326 in the regular season, so
Not too shabby.
no.
819 OPS, so he has the extra base pop as well.
Yes.
How would you attack a hitter like this? Compact hitter, small strike zone, quick swing. As Tromp
Well,
falls out of play.
It depends on your pitch count. I mean, now you have 2 strikes. You have the first base open. So yeah, if you want to get the double play in order again, it shouldn't hurt you too much if you get him on first base. But now you have 2 strikes. So yeah, if you can get him, then I would probably do it. But
Nothing in the zone right now.
No,
Right?
I would keep it away a little bit.
Kelly with a long look in, going through the signs with his catcher, Dashenko Ricardo. Shakes him off a couple of times, finally finds a pitch to agree on, but then it's taken so long that Tromp wants a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, and I think, especially with the speed you have on second base now, you want to make sure you don't, throw the ball in the dirt. Because if he reaches third base with 1 out, yeah, then you have bigger problems.
As Kelly winds, fires, and that's a breaking ball, fouled away again. Van der Meer runs out of room, it's out of play. A lot of wind here today in Bussum as well, in the Rob Hofman Vallei, known to be windy at times, right? That hasn't changed in all those years?
No, not really. I remember playing at Hoofddorp, that was really crazy. If there was any wind, it was a lot of wind in Hoofddorp. Yeah.
There's quite a few baseball stadiums / fields in the Netherlands for Hoofdklasse teams that are like built in like a little bit of a bowl system, so you get like the wind spinning around. It's the same thing in Pimlier in Haarlem, which is also like in like a little bit of a bowl system. So
Yeah.
wind can really get freaky there.
Yeah.
Tromp looking here to put the ball in play, or at least not strike out, to give Kevin Dirksen a chance to do some damage as he fouls it over our heads.
He just missed that one.
Yeah, he knows it.
Yeah,
he knows it. He goes like, yep. Almost telling Kelly, throw that again, see what happens.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of a mistake by Kelly.
Well, he got away with that one.
Yes.
Last week, not so much when Victor Dreyer put it over the wall. His one mistake that he made. He was unbelievable, Kelly, last week. It was just an absolute clinic.
Oh.
That ball was. Ooh, Martina almost. That's a little aggressive, but nice job by Dashenko Ricardo, making sure that that ball didn't end up against the screen.
Yeah, if you're on second base right now, with his speed, you should score on a base hit. But if you can get on third with 1 out, the chances increase big for having be able to score a run on a pop fly or a ground out. So yeah.
As Kelly with another long look in. Winds, fires, and fouled back to the screen once again. Wow, Tromp is just missing him.
It's a good at bat,
As we are once again also joined by the chat on YouTube if you're watching on honkbalsoftbal.tv. And you can follow the link to YouTube if you want to chat with us. And if you have a question for Jurian as a veteran of Dutch baseball, drop it in chat, and we'll make sure that he gets a look at it, as that pitch is slightly high.
Yeah, I was thinking about it when I drove up here. I think my last pitch was in 2001 after surgery, but yeah, I needed another surgery, and it was over.
That's how it goes sometimes, right? I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll have time to reminisce today during this game, because there's a couple of things about your career that I'd love to talk to you about. As Tromp
2
fouls
strikes
another one
fouled off again.
So Tromp is really making Kelly work here. Kelly already at 14 pitches.
Yeah, this is really important. Early in the game, you know, get a lot of pitches in from the opponent.
It also gives his team a good look at whatever Kelly has today.
Yeah.
How fast is his fastball? Where does his slider break?
Yeah.
So excellent at bat here by Leandro Tromp, who is about to receive the next one, and that one popped up, and guess what?
Foul.
Foul. Yeah, I hope they have enough baseballs. We have one of the HCAW bat boys bring some new ones to our home plate umpire to make sure that he has enough to spare.
The soccer field is already full with baseballs.
Any kids in attendance who want a souvenir? Plenty to find. Kelly really slowing down. Last week he worked really fast, and he's been very diligent today.
Well, you have to with a base runner with that speed.
Yes.
Fouled again.
Fouled again. Ricardo gives it
this one in the crowd.
Yeah. I think Ricardo gave it a courtesy look, but he knew that that was over the fence behind us. As more people are dripping into the ballpark here, it's I would call it a capacity crowd. There's not a seat available. A lot of standing room only seats or stands in the far right corner.
Yeah, I think we all should be very happy. I mean, the weather forecast was pretty bad yesterday and early, but it looks quite good right now. So 2-2, 1 out.
And Tromp asks for time again. Yeah, so Danny Romley coaching from the third base box. I always thought that was interesting as a manager. There are managers who like to do that. Closer to the action. But
Yeah, usually you see them sitting in the dugout, you know, feeling the vibe of the players. And
Tromp,
check.
Yep, that's he went. Yep, that's a strikeout by Kelly. That's he's happy with that. He's firing himself up as Kevin Kelly. But from over here, it looked like Tromp went. It seems like he's not in full agreement, but I think he went.
Yeah, usually also when you look Major League Baseball games and they check the swing, it always goes further than you think. But yeah, very good at bat. You've seen a lot of pitches. Make the pitcher throw a lot of pitches for the team. So not too bad.
Brings up our cleanup hitter for today, Kevin Dirksen. Dirksen hit 288 on the season with a 774 OPS for HCAW. And he'll be looking to drive in the speedy Brindley Martina from second as Kelly fires it. It's in the dirt. Nice block by Deshenko Ricardo.
Certainly nice block.
That's important for a pitcher, right? To know that you have a catcher you can trust, that if you throw one in the dirt, it doesn't end up.
Yeah, it's key. I mean, especially if you... I used to throw a lot of curveballs, breaking balls that ended up in the dirt. But if you have a catcher that you know you can trust blocking the ball, it's key.
And Deshenko Ricardo, one of the best in the country. Catchers, period, not just defensive. That's Kelly with second pitch of the at-bat. It's inside. 2-0. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. We have Brindley Martina at second base for HCAW. You're watching Game 4 of the Holland Series. It's 3-0 in the best of 7 for HCAW Bussum. My name is Jasper Roos. Right next to me, Jurian Lobezo. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me. Really nice to be here.
As that is a strike by Kelly. So it's a 2-1 count now. Yeah, if anyone is wondering where my usual co-announcer Jason Houtkamp is, he's standing 3 meters to my left.
Waving at
us, taking in the game. He was on the field earlier to hand out some individual hardware, as we see Kelly fire a strike here to Dirksen.
He's dressed nicely though, don't you think?
Jason. He
looks really handsome today.
Sharp and clean. He handed out the hardware to Denzel Richardson, who won the Home Run King and MVP award for the Hoofdklasse this season. And Jason is in charge of handing out happiness, so to speak.
The funny thing is, Jason's dad, Andy Houtkamp, he used to commentarize the game in '96.
Yeah,
the first time that HCAW won the national championship here in Bussum.
We've come full circle here with Jason in the booth and in attendance. And now you here as well.
Curveball, fighting it off.
Yeah, that's a nice defensive swing by Dirksen. That was a very good pitch by Kelly. Too close to take, but also not something you want to put in play because you won't be able to put enough power behind it.
Greg McGinnis was actually the coach in
That's
'96,
Correct.
who was a big lefty, used to play for Unique Giants, very successful pitcher in Holland. And he coached us in '96.
Who else was on that team that people may remember?
Clive Mendes,
Clive Mendes, of course.
Jeffrey Granston,
Oh.
Lars Koerhorst, Roy Berrevoets.
Wow. Berrevoets' jersey is behind us on the wall.
Yeah.
So Derksen checks his swing, and Bradley Martina goes to third, and he is called out at third base. That is a bullet by Dashenko Ricardo, throwing out Bradley Martina at third base. Danny Romley not too happy with that call by Ad Otze, and he's pointing at his hip, saying he tagged him on the hip. His leg is longer than that.
Yeah.
So not in agreement with the call, but Dashenko Ricardo guns down Bradley Martina at third base.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah,
With 2 outs, you know,
it's risky.
yeah. If you know you can reach third for sure, then do it. But yeah, if you're on second base with 2 outs, base hit, you'll probably score as well. So
Yeah, I wonder if they would have called Kevin Dirks out for a third strike anyway. 'Cause
Yeah.
He checked it, but I don't know if he actually held up.
yeah,
Yeah, it's funny, those names that you just mentioned. Like I said, Roy Berrevoets' jersey is behind us on the wall here.
Nick Fritsma.
Nick Fritsma, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I think '96 was my first honkball week. And a lot of these names were on the Dutch national team back then, '96, '98. A lot of players I've seen play back in the day as a kid.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we had a really nice team and a really nice bond together. So yeah.
Who was your pitching coach then?
I think.
Yeah, I'm here asking the hard-hitting, tough questions.
Yeah, it's been 24 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, yeah, 22 years ago.
You just reeled off a whole bunch of names, so I figured that...
Well, obviously, McGinnis, as being a left-handed pitcher
Right.
himself, he helped me out a lot mentally, but also, you know, being on the mound, pitch sequence, stuff like that. Yeah.
I used to refer to myself as a pitch sequence aficionado. I think there's few things as cool in baseball as seeing how a pitcher and a catcher build up an at-bat. It's the most beautiful thing in the game.
Yeah, it's like a game of chess.
Exactly,
sometimes.
yeah.
Outsmart your opponent.
And when you're in sync as a battery, as a pitcher-catcher duo, it's the best feeling ever.
Yeah, yeah.
As Heyer has gotten us underway here, and he fires a strike, so it's 1-1 now to Junior Martina, the designated hitter today once again for Curaçao Neptunus. As Heyer working quick, throwing fastball after fastball right now. This one caught the outside of the plate for a strike, 1-2.
Junior Martina hitting 367 this season, so
Not too shabby.
that's very good.
And Heyer is not faced as he throws a breaking ball that is fielded by Bradley Martina. who
1
throws
out.
over the first. Handled by Quinton de Cuba. Junior Martina retired for the first out of the top of the second inning.
It's a good slider.
Yeah, it's a very good pitch. Heyer has been on some kind of heater the last couple of months. It started right before honkball week, and it's pulled through all the way into the Holland Series. He's been unhittable.
Well, if you look at his stats this season, 11-1, earned run average, ERA of 0.84.
Yeah,
I
that's
think that's
incredible.
insane.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Hoofdklasse, a lot of talent here still.
Yeah.
So you got to bring your A game every week, and Heyer has been doing that week in, week out.
But also Dennis Bergsdijk. Also, he was 11-2, I think. A little bit higher ERA, but like 1.5. So if you combine these two guys, they're 22-3.
It's so silly.
Yeah. And I talked to Danny this week, and he said, well, our strength has been pitching, obviously, but there's not really a big ace, you know. We
Right.
have Jim Ploeger, we have these other two guys. Yeah. If you have that much depth in your starting pitching rotation, it's very nice.
Yeah, we've mentioned this stat before, but the duo of Dennis Bergsdijk and Lars Heyer has combined 10 complete games
Yeah.
this season. 6 for Bergsdijk, 4 for Heyer, as Heyer strikes out Dwayne Kemp here on a very nice pitch. Kemp is not super happy with it, but
Not agreeing with it.
that's been the theme of this Holland Series. There's been a lot of complaining, game after game, a lot of complaining on both sides, sometimes at the same time, which is always confusing when the two teams are arguing the same call.
Yeah. Yeah, in the Holland Series, Neptunus hasn't scored that many runs, so that could also be, you know, the hitters a little bit frustrating that they're not doing what they're able to. But still, you know, dangerous squad, Neptunus.
Absolutely. And it's like you said, there's we have a grounder here by Diaz to second base. Martina handles it, flips it to first, and that is a very quick inning again for Lars Huijer. Yeah, you mentioned it before. Pitching has been the name of the game here the last couple of weeks for sure. And with guys like Burgersdijk and Huijer, like I said, 10 complete games, 5 shutouts between the two of them.
Yeah,
that's tough to overcome if you're any offense on the other side of the medallion.
Yes. Well, in my time, shutouts were a little bit more difficult. We were still playing aluminum bats, at least.
That's right.
Mid-90s.
Yeah, you told me a great story before the game about one aluminum bat experience that you had with a pitch that you threw that ended up really far away from home plate.
Yeah, I was pitching against Amsterdam Expos, so Pirates, and Elston Hansen. I hung a changeup right in the middle, and he hit the ball over the fence in the left field. It bounced on the gym there. I'm not sure if people can see it, but
yeah, they can see it on the stream.
Okay,
If we remove the logo real quick from the screen, then people can see. There's the white tent in the background.
So it bounced on the roof once, and then it was over the roof. So yeah, that was a big shot.
But like you said, aluminum bats. So
aluminum bats, yeah. And I knew it was a mistake. So, but yeah, he was a very strong guy.
I'm sure it wasn't the only home run that you've ever given up in your career.
No.
It happens quite a bit to pitchers that they give up home runs. It's all about the mental game, right? Moving on. Like,
of course,
okay, this is in the past, and now we go. And that's what made you successful, is that you could just turn that off. Is that how it worked for you?
Yeah, I think so. And I think most home runs I admitted there were solo shots. So not too many people on the bases. You know, it's just one run. And yeah, if you get run support from your team, usually you're fine. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you thought you had a good pitch and they didn't hit it perfectly, but still the ball was gone.
So Kevin Dirksen steps back in. He also had a long at bat an inning ago, but then Brandley Martina was gunned down at third base.
Yeah.
So Dirksen can do it all again here.
There's a slider in the dirt, 1-on-1. But I like the sound of the wooden bat so much better.
Yeah, it's the real baseball feel.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a nice pitch inside for strike.
Did the Hoofdklasse switch to wooden bats while you were playing? Or
Yes.
There you go.
I think in 99.
99, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere there.
Yeah, it's. I remember when people were talking about, oh, we're going to switch to wood. We'll never see another home run again. Well, I think it's all just about adjusting, and I think we've seen that over the last 10 years. That
if your timing is good and you hit it right in the sweet spot, you know, the ball can still fly pretty well, hitting wood.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with a guy like Dirksen at the plate with the nice open stance as he swings and misses, as that is.
Oh, he is going to walk for it.
Yeah, it's dropped by Deshenko Ricardo, but it's easy out at first
pretty
base.
Safe. Yeah.
Yep, strikeout for Kelly on his 28th pitch already of the ball game in an inning and a batter. And compare that to Huijer, who was at 23 through 2 innings. And Kelly definitely has been using up some more baseballs here. As you got Fildrik Llewellyn, the left fielder, number 5, walking to the plate. We had Fildrik's dad in the chat the other day. He lives in Florida. As Kelly gets us underway quickly here. That's inside for a ball. In case people are wondering why our center field camera is shaky, it's because it's very windy here today and our camera is on one stick. As Llewellyn takes a strike. That seemed a little bit high, but he takes a strike.
Yeah. Kelly was 5-2 in the regular season, 1.53 ERA, so pretty darn good.
Yeah, reliever turned starter this season.
Okay. I was already wondering why he didn't have that many starts, you know, with his quality.
That's right. Yeah, last season mostly as a reliever and the occasional starter. This year he started a bunch more games, and it's interesting to see that a guy who usually came out of the bullpen for an inning or two suddenly was firing 8-inning, 9-inning games.
Yeah, that's because you know relievers are usually you know they're used to throw many more games, but less innings and less pitches. So yeah, it's a big change if you go to being a starter.
And that is fouled over the screen and way back, and I hope your car isn't parked there because that landed right on the street.
To be honest, I'm with my bike today.
Oh, lucky you.
Yes. I used to live here like, I don't know, 500 meters. You see these apartments right there?
Yeah.
Then they have like the 4th apartment. Wow. Yeah. So I used to walk to practice.
So it was really a home game for you if you would play at home. As
hit
Llewellyn
pitch.
Gets hit.
Ouch.
And he takes a little jog towards the third base batter's box. Looks at his protection on his elbow, because like most hitters, he too wears some kind of elbow pad. And he was like, well, I'll take my base. Hands his bat to the bat boy. And there we go. So HCAW in business again with 1 out here. Have a runner at first base filled with Llewellyn, and that brings the power hitter Quinton de Cuba, the lefty slugger first baseman, to the plate. As we have 1,400 people in attendance here today.
Yeah, I was about to say. Pretty nice.
Quite a few people here. Someone just slipped me a note that said 1,400 people in attendance, so thank you. Jeroen, as always, our producer. As we also have a second producer today doing all the button punching. We'll give you our entire team. We have multiple people standing around us. There's a lot of people keeping an eye on us, Jeroen. I'm feeling very self-conscious.
They look like important people.
Oh, yep, we have Phildick Llewellyn's dad once again checking in from Florida. Well, your son's okay. He's at first base. That's Quinton de Cuba.
This is also nice. This guy used to play here in the youth, Sanna. He's living in Curaçao right now. He says hi. So, hey, Sanna.
There you go.
I just had a chat with your dad. So how weird is this?
That's funny. 2-0 count here to Quinton de Cuba. If you want to talk to us, ask us questions, or mostly ask Jurjan questions, because I don't have anything interesting to say, leave them in the chat. As that is a nice pitch by Kelly, just a bit low.
Just outside, yeah.
So Quinton de Cuba with a 3-0 count here. Kelly not really happy with that call, but...
And we have Max Dreyer on the deck.
De Cuba, one of those guys, if he gets a hold of one, it can fly a very, very, very long way. So 3-0, let's see if he gets the green light. Nope, he's taking all the way for a strike.
Yep. Yeah, that's always difficult. 3-0. I expect not too many runs to be scored today, so yeah. Taking a pitch and 3-0 might be a wise thing to do.
Try to get Kelly's pitch count up there. So there's a big hole over second base.
Oh,
that's of Kelly's hip. And
he's going to third.
Nice base running.
Yep. Oh, that was,
that hit Kevin Kelly in the hip.
Unfortunate, yeah. Otherwise, it would be probably a routine double play.
Yeah, it bounced away from John Polonius at shortstop, and Polonius had to run all the way into the outfield to go get it, and Phildick Llewellyn putting on the afterburners.
So instead of a double play, probably ending inning, we have first and third with 1 out.
And Max Dreyer, as you said, walking over from the on-deck circle to the batter's box. So let's see if Max Dreyer can cash in a run here for HCAW, who've been threatening 2 innings in a row. Bottom of the first, they had Brandley Martina at second base with 1 out. And now it's runners on the corners with 1 away here for Max Dreyer. And Kelly in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah. I think what you can see now, because they definitely want to get a double play in on a ground ball. So you see the infield a little bit in. You know, they don't want to spend too much time getting the ball.
As Kelly winds fires, and that is just a bit high for a ball. As that brings Dashenko Ricardo out in front of home plate to relay some signs and strategy to his teammates. It may look like he's doing a little YMCA-like dance, but he's actually giving signs to his teammates, saying this is how we're going to play this.
Yeah. Yeah, you have all kind of things, you know, you can do. If the runner starts stealing, is the pitcher going to intervene, catch the ball, look at the guy third? There's a lot of things you can do here.
Yes, that is
good
a strike.
Pitch.
Yeah, good pitch by Kelly. I wouldn't be surprised if Danny Romley tries to push some buttons here, because he's been doing that all season long. Interesting strategical choices, putting runners in motion, hit and runs, run and hits. We've seen delayed steals, we've seen double steals, we've seen it all. Was he like that as a player? Always trying to do the extra thing. Always trying to find like weird strategy stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
It's been very refreshing to watch. It's a very fun brand of baseball that HCAW has been playing this season.
Yeah. Yeah. The funny thing is, I talked to Danny this week. So actually, we played in. It's called Rayon Midden-Nederland. It's like the pupils, 8 to 12 years old, first selection team you ever get into. And we were
there goes the Cuba, as that's a hit and run, as that ball is drilled into right field, and Christian Diaz is on his horse, and that's dropping.
Yeah,
yes,
that's dropping.
HCAW will take a 1-0 lead as Fildrik Llewellyn scores. It's an excellent throw, by the way, by Diaz from the outfield, holding Quinton de Cuba at third base. But a nice, and there it is. We were talking about what is Denny Romley going to do to force the issue. It's a nice hit and run.
Yeah.
And that ball was drilled by Dreyer.
Yeah, it dropped right between center and right field. So, yeah, good job. I think also the runner on third, he had to be sure the ball was dropping.
Yeah.
So we have the same situation, and HCAW is on the board 1-0.
Yeah, especially with a guy like Christian Diaz in right field and Roger Bernardino in center. These guys can make any play, like any crazy play you can think of, diving plays or whatever. So you have to make sure that ball actually drops before you take off. You don't want to give them a free out.
Nope.
So nice job base running there by Llewellyn. And a good job coaching, I guess, too, over at third base, making sure that the runner knew what the situation was.
Yeah.
As Bob van der Meer digs in, the number 8 hitter for HCAW. As there goes the runner again. Fouled back.
Hit and run again. Or maybe just a steal with a good pitch.
Maybe straight steal with a good pitch.
You never know. You never know.
Either way, only trying to do all kinds of things. Again, lots of signs coming in from the third base batter's coaching box to the runner at first and the hitter. So there's definitely something brewing here. Kelly realizes that too, so he throws a pick off, and Dreyer dives back safely.
Yeah, I think that's also one of the strengths of HCAW this year, is that he has so many options. You know, he has speed, he has some power in the team, obviously. Maybe not as much as Neptunus or Amsterdam. I should look at I was actually curious how many home runs HCAW hit. There were not that many compared to the other teams, so not a lot of big powerhouses, but yeah, it's working.
Yeah, find the gap. Hit a ball in the gap, and timely hitting. That's been one of the things that HCAW
exactly. Yeah.
Excellently this year. Just
clutch hitting.
Yeah. The right time. As the wind is really picking up now, and Kelly is basically standing in like an almost desert-like scene here with dirt blowing up as he throws it in the dirt. Speaking of dirt, 1-2 to Bob van der Meer.
Yeah, I'll be surprised to see a big home run today. The wind is blowing hard.
Yeah.
So if you can get it out of the park today, then yeah, must be a strong man.
Then Denzel Richardson needs to hand over his Home Run King award, because as the neck pitch by Kelly is grounded to second base. Kemp tags the runner, goes to first. That's a double play. Van der Meer is sad. Bob van der Meer, that is, because that's an inning-ending double play. But HCAW are on the board 1-0.
De gebouwen waarin wij verblijven zijn allemaal gebouwd met een doel, met een visie. Met ons team zorgen wij ervoor dat u fijn kunt wonen, ongestoord kunt werken en in een fijne omgeving kunt leren. Wij creëren een veilige en comfortabele omgeving voor jong en oud. Wij bouwen, verbouwen, renoveren, transformeren en onderhouden. Onze gepassioneerde medewerkers zijn nauw betrokken bij hun werk. Ze staan elke dag vroeg op om uw dromen te realiseren. Vanuit onze vestiging in Naarden bestrijken wij al bijna 30 jaar een ruim gebied. In en rondom het Gooi, maar ook daarbuiten. Dit doen wij met onze betrouwbare en vakkundige medewerkers. Mensen met een passie voor het vak, oog voor detail en die nooit te oud zijn om te leren.
And we're back. We are headed to the top of the third inning. Lars Huijer has taken his spot on the mound again, and we have Neptunus trailing now 1-0, and they'll be looking to make something happen here. And we have Dashenko Ricardo, Shadian Yamanika back to playing with jersey number 3. He is he's switching every week. I think game 1 and 2 he played with jersey number 3. Game 3 he had number 20, and now he's back to 3 as that pitch is popped sky high.
The wind, you see the wind blowing out that ball?
Wow, that did not look like it was going to go that far. But
I was looking at baseball yesterday on ESPN, and everybody is wearing number 21, Roberto Clemente.
Yeah,
that was so nice to see. Like the entire squad from both sides, number 21.
I think the Tampa Bay Rays, as Huijer fires the next pitch, that's grounded to Brentley Martino, who needs to hurry up, and he will not get Dashenko Ricardo at first base.
That was a little funky ball.
Yeah, I wonder if that's going to be scored in error, because I don't... He did bobble it, but also, and it's not a speedy runner, but it was a very slowly hit baseball, so let's see how that's... It's ruled a hit. It's ruled an infield hit.
Yeah.
For Dashenko Ricardo. That brings up Shadian Yamanika. Yeah, speaking of Roberto Clemente there, I saw the Tampa Bay Rays had 9 Latinos in the starting lineup to honor Roberto Clemente.
Yes, yes.
Which is also a cool gesture.
Yeah, I mean, baseball these days is so international. Also, a lot of Asian players go to America, but also the other way around. You see quite some people from Europe or the States playing in Asia.
As that is a strike to Shadian Yamanika. Yeah, speaking of Asia, we should talk about your international adventures. You were part of the Olympic team in 2000.
Yes.
That went to Sydney.
Yes.
What was that experience like?
Oh, it was great. It was very, very nice organized games, and I think one of the special things that the ex-professionals were able to play with the national team. So we had Robert Eenhoorn, Ralf Miljer, Rickert van Eijten, Hensley Mulens. Yeah, I was about to say something about that. I mean, I used to collect baseball cards, and I had a baseball card of Hensley Mulens, and all of a sudden I was next to this guy in the bus going to practice. So it's like unrealistic, but
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Everyone always remembers the Hensley Mulens
Oakley,
the Oakley sunglasses over his head.
Yeah, and there's a line shot, and it's fair.
Wow, Aad Osse, the third base umpire, pointed at his home plate colleague saying, "I didn't see, you have to make the call," and the home plate umpire called it fair.
I think it was fair.
It looked kind of fair, but I did not see also make any signs. And now Romley is also yelling at Danny Romley is out to argue this decision. As he goes like, "Why did you not make the call?" Because I did not see Aad Osse make any call, so he may have not seen it. And he pointed to the home plate umpire saying, "You got to make this call," and the home plate umpire called it fair.
Yeah.
And Romley not happy with that. Like really not happy with that. I don't think I've seen him this angry all Holland Series.
So we have first and second. No outs. So this looks like an opportunity for Neptunus to get on the board again.
Especially with Jan-Dido Tromp in the batter's box.
Number 1 hitter. So we're back to the order, top of the order of Neptunus.
It's the one switch that we've seen Neptunus make now, because normally Stijn van der Meer in the leadoff spot and Tromp batting second, and they've swapped places today against Lars Huijer. The rest of the lineup for Neptunus are mostly the same.
The wind is gushing here. Look at these pants.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is going to be tough for any infielder or outfielder if you have to catch a pop-up or a high fly ball now. It's going to be really tough to keep track of it all.
Yeah.
As Huijer gets set and fires. There's
the bunt.
Tromp. And that had a weird bounce. No. He did not touch it. No, it had a very weird bounce on the artificial turf here at HCAW, because we have artificial turf except for the pitcher's mound and the home plate area.
They didn't have that in my time.
No?
No.
Still real grass?
Yeah, no, gravel.
Oh yeah, but the grass was real.
Oh,
grass.
the grass, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is all fake, except the outfield. The outfield is all real grass, but the warning track, and the warning track is as well, but everything in the infield, except for the mound and batter's area, is fake.
Yeah.
Which also, like, it speeds up the ball quite a bit. Like, if you hit a grounder here, like on artificial turf, it gets to you quite quickly, right?
There's a pickoff on second base. Safe. Yeah, but what you also see on regular grass is that sometimes the ball, you know, takes a direction that you didn't expect. So I think with this turf, the ball is a little bit more consistent, what you expect. But it's faster. Yes.
Yeah. There's Huyer now with his infield in. Once again, a bunt showed by Tromp, but he pulls it back. This will be a interesting situation. They were pulling in both corner infielders, as the Cuba is playing on the edge of the grass at first base. Huyer one step behind the edge of the grass at third, as they try another pickoff at second, and that ball gets away, but cover provided by Brentley Martina. So nothing doing here. And we see you in the chat, people. Thijs, I see you that we need a tripod for the camera in center field. We have a tripod on the camera in center field, but it's very, very windy here today. So our camera is bumping and shaking in the wind. We're very sorry, but there's not a whole lot we can do about it right now. As Tromp bunts it foul.
There's something about the sound.
Yeah, I'm sure that they're working on it.
Okay.
But yeah, we know that our center field camera is a little bit bouncy, but that's because it's just extremely windy here today. By the way, there's something that just happened that I want to talk to you about as a former pitcher on your end, is that Huyer threw a high and in fastball, guessing that Tromp was going to bunt.
Yep.
I was talking in the broadcast last week that that's usually how I would ask my pitchers to go about. If you know that a hitter is going to bunt, throw it high and inside, because it's almost impossible to bunt. Is that what you think happened here?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you by the way,
yeah, that's an interesting. Yeah, I was going to say that's an interesting situation that they made him bunt on 2 strikes.
Yeah.
But please continue.
Yeah, as a batter, if the ball's high, then you know you have to lift your bat up, which gives a pretty big chance that you're gonna bunt the ball high and you know get the offense to be able to catch the ball. A low ball is easier to bunt, especially because your goal is to get it on the grass, on the floor. So yeah, hard and in is probably the most difficult pitch to put a good bunt down. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting decision here by Riley Legito to have his batter attempt to bunt with 2 strikes.
Yeah, as I mentioned, I think runs are going to be scarce today. So sometimes you want to take that risk and get your runners on second and third with 1 out.
So it's up to Stijn van der Meer now, with the characteristic bat wiggle that Van der Meer has, and he too attempts a bunt, but he bunts it foul.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more like a running bunt. So.
Yeah, Neptunus trying to take a page out of HCAW's book here, trying to manufacture a run or 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Back in my time, Neptunus, they were such a strong organization, and you know, good players, good management.
Yeah, lots of national titles.
Oh yes, yes. I think like 17 in the last
like
25 years.
As that is a checked swing by Van der Meer, and he held up according to Adolfse at third base.
I used to play with Rob Kordemans in college, so Indian River State. Yeah, Indian River State.
Talk about a boatload of experience.
Yeah.
Later on. Van der Meer looks at a ball low.
In the dirt.
Yeah, the first national team game I ever saw was Rob Kordemans' debut.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was at Apeldoorn, at Rober 58, like a practice game, like a friendly.
Yeah, he was an amazing pitcher. And I mean, he kept pitching for such a long time. I'm not sure. Is he still? He's coaching?
He's coaching, yeah. Pirates.
Pirates, yeah.
Pitching coach for Amsterdam Pirates.
Yeah. Did he pitch last year.
He
still.
did.
Yeah,
He did. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that's
retired
a-
last year. As Van der Meer crushes that, but that's more high than far.
Fly ball to center field. Yeah.
But yeah, you can tell the way
Yeah.
Tromp is attacking. He's like making sure that do I know exactly where that ball is going
Yeah.
with the wind blowing in hard, like you said, hard in and a little bit out of right field.
Yeah. 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 He really needs to get back in quickly to catch that ball.
So now, despite having runners on first and second with nobody out, Neptunus now 2 outs, and John Polonius will be in charge of at least extending this little rally that they've gotten going on. But this has been the story for Neptunus this entire Holland Series. Whenever they had a chance, they couldn't capitulate. They couldn't make it happen.
Yeah.
And that's the same story today, unless Polonius cranks one here.
That's a really nice slider right there. Yeah, especially against, you know, a team that has pitching pretty much in order. It's important to, you know, to get these special situations, to create opportunities to get a run. Fastball.
I think, so we see Gary Fau checking in from Missouri. And his son Chris is in the first row, he says, behind home plate with the baby stroller. I think I ran into Chris at in the parking lot right before the game.
Oh, nice.
Chris, a former HCAW player. That's higher.
Payoff pitch.
Yeah, nice swing by Polonius, fouling it back. As Burgersdijk is taking the role of bad boy now.
Yeah, so he was going with 2 strikes. He was going hard in.
So you want to go slider outside now?
Yeah.
Change up blowing away.
Yeah, this is the game of chess we've talked about earlier. You know, I mean, there were great hitters in my time, like Rickert van Eyten. Sometimes just to surprise them, you know, a fastball right in the center. They didn't expect. Dangerous, of course, because these guys can hit the ball so hard. But yeah, there it is, slider away.
Yeah, and Martina fields
Easy
it.
flip. There we go.
To Bob van der Meer for the out, and Neptunus had runners on first and second with nobody out, but they do not score.
Yeah.
It's 1-0 here in favor of the home team. HCAW Bussum leading on their way potentially to a national title. Their first in forever.
24 years.
24 years. You're watching Holland Series 2022. My name is Jasper Roos. Julian Lobezo next to me in the booth. And we're heading to the bottom of the third here. You see Neptunus take the field, and of course, since Dashenko Ricardo was on base during that final out, we see Louis J. Seniors doing the warm-up catches now for Kevin Kelly. Louis J, a very talented videographer, and if any one of the people at home have been watching our recaps all year long, that's Louis' work. Louis does all the editing and all the producing on those recaps. So very, very thankful that he's been working so hard with us this year. So to bring you all the Hoofdklasse baseball. It's a weird situation last week when we were doing on-the-field interviews after the game, and Louis J had finished the game 5 minutes before that, and then he had to grab his camera and do all the filming for the interviews. So we were talking to the HCAW players about how well they done, and congratulations on the win. And the guy doing all the filming was the backup catcher of the team that just lost.
Yeah.
So that's always an interesting scenario.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been having a blast working with Louis this year. Freek van der Kooi as well, who is also in attendance, helping him out with the editing of all the recaps for the Hoofdklasse games that you've been watching all year long.
Nice. Yeah. Quite some merchandise.
Oh,
from
yeah.
HCAW, yeah.
And I really like the hats.
Yeah.
I've been talking about the hats for 5 games in
Yeah.
a row now, but
Yeah.
they're very, very attractive.
The B of Bussum.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for dark blue and yellow to begin with, but it's a really classic logo, classic look.
Yeah.
Not a fan of the jerseys. We talked about the jerseys as well a couple of broadcasts
Yeah.
ago. Not a huge fan of the two-tone gradient look.
No.
But the hats are fire.
Yeah.
So we
I
get
like the sweaters.
Yeah, they are great. Yeah,
The
and they
hoodies.
have championship T-shirts too, and they
Yes.
went to the Holland Series. They had Holland Series T-shirts made.
Okay.
And that's very good merchandising. As we're underway here in the bottom of the third inning, Kevin Kelly still on the mound for Curaçao Neptunus. As Julian Goins fouls it out of play, the catcher for Bussum, number 9 hitter. Played an excellent game last Sunday in Rotterdam, threw a couple of guys out at the bases and had a clutch hit. As that is on his body, and that's a hit by pitch. So Julian Goins takes first base, and that brings up the speedy Brendy Martina. And this is a prime opportunity for Denny Romley to call for some slash bunting, drag bunting with the hyper fast Brendy Martina. Also an excellent bunter. As Riley Legito is coming out, or Jaguar Markwell, I should say.
Another legendary lefty.
Right, that's the Markwell strut.
Yeah, Kelly is at 51 pitches right now.
No activity yet in the bullpen as far as I can tell. Or, wait, yes, we have people stretching. So limited activity, but there are some people walk into the Neptunus bullpen. So a little chat with Markwell. Well, talk about experience. We talked about Portemon's having some international experience. But Markwell has been around for a while.
Yes, yes. I think I actually didn't play with Markwell. He came back from pro ball, I think, right after I stopped playing.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, a large era where he was dominant as a left-handed pitcher. I think he has a lot of titles with Neptunus,
yes.
Also European Cup, Dutch national team, so yeah.
Might have been part of the World Cup team as well, the World Championship team.
Yeah.
Spoke with
and
him,
he's a really nice guy.
He's a really nice guy. Yeah. I spoke with him last season after the Holland Series, after one of the games. And I asked him, like, are you going to attach another year, add another year to your career? He's like, we'll see, as he took a swig from his Heineken.
Yeah.
He's like, we'll see. He struggled with some knee and ankle injuries last year.
Okay, yeah.
Pitched a whale of a game with a badly hurt ankle last year. And then that's the game after which I asked him, hey, how about it? You going to do another one? Yeah, we'll see. Turned out, nope.
Yep. Oh, yeah. He's back in time.
Yeah, they were trying to do something again here with the bunting.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can get another run, create a little margin, a little cushion. But we're still only in the third inning. Bottom third. No outs. 1-1.
Shout out to JV Gaming, by the way. In the chat, checking in. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good time. Hope you're all having a good time. Watching HCAW and Curaçao Neptunus battle it out for the national championship here in the Netherlands for baseball. HCAW leading 3-0 in the series as Martina bunts it foul into the screen.
He's going to second base.
There's a lot of confusion going on. Oh, is it they called a balk? Yeah, they called a balk. Yeah.
You know, funny thing was, I was thinking schijn. What was the name again for
in
a balk? It's balk.
Yeah, in case people are wondering why we are broadcasting this in English, it's because we are broadcasting on international channels. We're on YouTube. We're on the WBSC website as well. And you can watch us on hongosoftball.tv. And we have a lot of people checking in from all over the world. We have people watching from Israel, Germany, South Africa, the United States.
Curaçao,
South Africa. I already mentioned South Africa. South America.
Yeah. Australia, maybe.
Yeah, a couple of Mexicans checking in earlier in the week. So that's why we're doing this in English. And
a lot of baseball players played here in the Netherlands from the Antilles. They, you know, they went back to the nice weather and. I think a couple of them are actually watching.
This is smart what Kelly does here, by the way. Kelly obviously not super happy with the call, but he approached the home plate umpire to exchange the baseball for a new one, but it also gave him a chance to just quickly talk about the decision to call a balk there.
Yeah.
Smart. You don't show up. You don't want to show up the umpire, right, as a pitcher. You want to stay in his good graces.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Usually the catcher is the buffer between you and the umpire.
Yeah, let him do the dirty talking. Don't make enemies with the umpire.
No, you need him.
So now it's interesting. 1-on-1, no outs. Yep, they're going for. Oh, there it is. Pop up. No.
Ricardo attempting to make a play, but that pop-up was out of his reach.
There you actually saw an example of the pitch, right? So it was not too high, but it was hard and in, which is yeah. Chances for the batter to pop it up is a lot bigger than if you throw it low and away. Especially with a guy in second. If you throw it low and away, he can bunt the ball to first base side, giving the chance for the second base runner to get on third quite safely. Two strikes. I'm curious if he's going to bunt. Nope.
He pops it up into center field behind second base, and that'll be a Roger Bernardina play. Well, he's had more difficult flyouts to handle, has Bernardina in his career. Still one of the best defensive outfielders, I think, in Europe, despite being up there in age, in his late 30s now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but if you see what kind of career he had, I mean,
it's unbelievable. Yeah,
you can be a very good hitter to be successful in the States, but you need some defense too. And
absolutely. Yeah, he's been a joy to watch again this year. Played a great home ball week as well a couple weeks ago. It was excellent.
I was actually there for the first time in years.
Oh, there you go.
They invited me to play for the All-Star game.
Oh, you were at part of the All-Star game.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
I was warming up, but
I was having lunch when you guys were playing. But
I was considering going to the Mount. Then the game got, the final was after the game, so we had to quit. But I think it was good that the game was stopped because I didn't even pitch, and I had to go see my physiotherapist.
Oh my God!
The same week, yeah.
As that pitch is in the dirt, so it's a 2-0 count here to Victor Dreyer, who is still the proud owner of one of the best walk-up songs of any player on either team. Some biggie. Dreyer, who, as I mentioned before, hit the deciding home run in last week's game.
That's a good ball. Yeah. Low and in.
Low and in. Good pitch by Kevin Kelly here, clawing his way back in the count. 2 balls and a strike with 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. HCAW leading 1-0. They have a runner at second base. That's Julian Goins. He was hit by a pitch and moved to second on a balk by Kelly. As the veteran starter fires it in, it's popped up right above Shady and Yamanika's head, and the first baseman will make the play and retire Dreyer. And that brings up Jandro Tromp. We need a good nickname for Tromp. He's one of those ball players that you can it just screams nickname, right?
Yeah.
He looks like a ball player.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a cliche to say he looks like a ball player. Jandro Tromp looks like a ball player.
Yes, he does.
He's got the batting gloves in his back pocket. He's got the socks high.
Yep. Style.
Yeah,
he's got style.
He's got style. He's got baseball style. Just someone who looks at home on a baseball field.
He was probably more on the baseball field than he was at home.
I know for a fact. His father was my coach when I was a kid. So I've been around the Tromp family for several years.
Famous baseball name.
It's a very good pitch by Kelly, but just a little bit inside. Good velocity on that fastball right there.
Yeah.
We don't have a speed gun, so we can't give you any speed readings, but they look fast.
Yeah, I think they're up. Yeah, looks like 90.
What was your fastball speed back in the day?
Well,
as Tromp grounds it up the middle, and that'll be fielded by Polonius. He needs a quick throw.
Oh, he left the base.
Yeah, he went off the bag.
He went off the bag.
That's the correct decision, I think, by Stenner from Groningen Schinkel from where we're standing. Because it was a crazy good split, by the way, by Yamanika, but he did indeed let go of the base. So
very nice play by the shortstop, but I think, the throw was off. The question is, was his foot still on the bag?
I don't think it was. I think I agree with you. I think we saw it at the same time. Like he left the base. He couldn't keep his left foot in contact.
Yeah.
right foot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a little dance here, trying to figure it out. But either way, the foot was off the bag, and I agree with Stenner for phoning a Swinkle there.
Yeah.
So yeah, fastball velocity.
Yeah.
Spill the beans. People at home.
91, 92, but I must say that was more in the international championships. Warm weather, a little bit more adrenaline. I think, you know, in the head class, the regular season, probably more like mid to high 80s. Yeah. But if you look at the major league right now, I mean, the velocity has increased so much. When I looked 25 years ago, if you threw 95, you were pretty special. If you throw 95 now, you're just one of the guys, right? So
I remember I forget his name, this kid who pitched for the Braves back in the day, like in the late 90s. And everyone was talking about he throws 100.
Yeah, I think I know who you mean.
And that was a thing. Like everyone was like, oh my God, you should see this kid. He throws 100?
Yeah. We had actually in the Olympics 2000, we played against Cuba, and there was this guy, Cuban guy. He put 100 on the board, and we're like, what?
Yeah.
And now it's, you know,
now it's if you
don't
throws
hit
hard.
98
or 99, you're not going to make it. Yeah.
I mean, they throw sliders and sinkers high 90s. I'm like, what?
And then the movement too. So it's not just a straight 99. No,
nope.
it's 17 inches of lateral movement.
Yes.
As Kevin Dirkse is stepping into the box now, and that's a very nice block once again by Dashenko Ricardo on a pitch in the dirt, making sure that both runners have to hold and keep their positions. That's Jandro Tromp at first base and Julian Goins at third for HCAW.
Yeah, great play by the catcher. I mean, with the guy at third, it's very important. Yeah.
As Kevin Dirkse will be looking to drive in Goins from third base. He will not have any outs to play with because we have 2 outs here in the inning. So we need a base hit. As that is grounded foul into the screen.
1-1.
Well, that bad boy for Neptunus aged a lot in the last 5 minutes.
That's Collins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was when I was playing, he was already on the field as a coach.
Yeah. Been around the block.
Yeah.
As Kelly fires in and
inside.
That is, just a bit inside. Just a bit inside. 2-1.
So you see the importance of the at-bat from Tromp earlier this game, because he's at 63 pitches right now, and we're only in third inning. So, you know, that means Neptunus might have to go deep.
I don't think there's anybody warming up right now for Neptunus. So for now, it's Kevin Kelly's game, and I think Kelly's high on the season is 120 pitches.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Something like that.
Well, I mean, 60 more pitches, you can reach the end of the game.
That's right.
But
yeah, last week also well over 100 for Kevin Kelly. Pruger as well, by the way. Both pitchers went well over 100.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always, yeah. I mean, you know, your arm is very trained right now. You're late in the season. It does get a little bit cooler, so, and your arm has, you know, maybe some tiredness in there. So.
Dead arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, dead arm.
You need to be really careful.
The dreaded dead arm period.
I've been there, and it can be done all of a sudden.
Tromp is taking a short lead from first base, not risking getting picked off here.
So we have full count. 2 outs. Bottom of the third.
Fildrik Llewellyn in the on-deck circle, taking a good look at what Kevin Kelly is throwing right now, trying to time the pitcher. I say on-deck circle, there's not really an actual on-deck circle here at the stadium, but the general vicinity. There goes Tromp, as that is lined to first base. A nice play there by Shadian Yamanika.
A lot of effect on that ball.
Yeah, that's a weird baseball. But
it's a good catch.
Kevin Kelly gets out of the inning without any more damage. It's still a 1-0 HCAW here as we head to the top of the 4th inning.
Mijn naam is Max, een van de werknemers van Eiklien Covers in Naarden. En ik ga jullie in deze korte video laten zien waarom Eiklien de perfecte plek is om je auto wat extra liefde te geven.
Nadat de auto van buiten helemaal is schoongemaakt, kun je ook nog even op ons stofzuigplein de auto schoonmaken van binnen.
In de meeste gevallen maakt u de auto zelf schoon. Heeft u liever dat een van mijn collega's of ik uw auto schoonmaak, dan kan dat ook. Of wilt u de auto echt een keer in showroom staan brengen, dan kan dat op onze iClean Car Polish afdeling. Welkom op onze iClean Car Polish afdeling.
We zijn hier bij...
Welcome back to the Rob Hofman Vallei, HCAW's home stadium. You are watching the Holland Series 2022 between HCAW from Bussum, the home team, and Curaçao Neptunus from Rotterdam. HCAW leading the series 3-0. It's a best of 7, so they are 1 win away from clinching their first national title in 24 years. As currently HCAW leading 1-0. And so we have a slight delay here with manager Riley Legito coming out of the dugout to have some words with the home plate umpire. There was some words between Lars Huijer, the pitcher for HCAW, and the home plate umpire in between innings as well. Something about a lack of communication. There's something amiss here. People are not on the same wavelength. But when that is all said and done, we are back to baseball here. And Huijer gets us underway with a first pitch ball. As you may be hearing, Jurian Lobozo putting his headset back on as well. My name is Jasper Roos. Welcome back to the booth. Welcome back to the ball game. We have Roger Bernardina digging in with a 2-0 count here now for Huijer, who seemed to be a bit distracted in between innings by some things that were happening on the field, as that is a very nice pitch called a ball. Goins did not appear to be too in love with that decision.
Yep.
So a 3-0 count to Bernardina, who will be taking all the way. Yep,
Oh!
takes a strike. A little bit low and outside, but...
That seemed a little bit low.
Yeah. Huijer will take it, though, as he quickly gets back to work, and that ball is grounded by Bernardina to Quinton de Cuba, and Bernardina gave up. So de Cuba steps on the base, and that'll be out number 1.
Yeah.
As we see Junior Martino make his way to the plate.
Yeah, it's yet another close game. 2 good pitchers.
It's been a joy to watch, to be honest. Like, if you're a fan of pitching, this has been the series for you.
Yeah. The weather still looks pretty good.
Yeah, we might actually make it through the game without a delay today.
Yeah, that would be really nice.
First pitch strike to Junior Martina. Huijer working quickly. We have some mild stretching going on in the HCAW bullpen as that ball is grounded up the middle. Very nice play by Martina.
Oh, that's a good
a
play.
beautiful defensive
Yep.
play by Bruno Martina.
Yep.
Man, that is...
First he needs to grab the ball and then also throw the ball
on the run,
on the right spot, on the run.
in
Yeah.
front of his own body while
Yeah.
running the opposite direction that where he's throwing to.
Yeah.
It's incredible. You love to see it. A lot of the same contact against Huijer. It's all choppers. Choppers to second, choppers to short.
Yeah.
I don't think Neptunus have hit 1 ball into the outfield.
No. No, he's keeping the ball nicely low.
As Dwayne Kemp looks at strike 1.
There was a paper article about Lars Huijer. He has a pretty impressive career. Also, I think he was 16 when he moved to the States to play professional baseball. He was there for 5 years or so. Oh. But yeah, as he also mentioned in the article, it's they have so many talented players and pitchers there.
There's another grounder. This one is grounded to Bob van der Meer. Bare hand play. Nice flip.
Nice.
Wow, some
Nice
defense by HCAW in
Yeah.
this inning, man. Very quick inning by Huijer again, who is just keeping the pitch count as low as he possibly can. It's at 53 now, whereas Kelly is at 68.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if you can
more,
manage.
more conversations going on here. It's Hire once again yelling at the home plate umpire, up close and personal. It's the second time today that he's done that. Like there's something going on that we're not aware of.
No.
I think it had something to do with his warm-up pitches. I think the home plate umpire did not communicate in time that he was down to his final warm-up pitch.
Okay, yeah.
And then he wanted to throw another one.
He said no.
And then the home plate umpire initially said no, and then he said, okay, that's fine. And then Riley Legito came out to complain because why are you giving him an extra warm-up pitch?
Oh,
That's
God.
against the rules.
Okay.
So I think there's some lack of communication going on.
Yeah. Well, it's important for Lars, to keep his head with the game and don't get too distracted by these things.
True, but it's part of your rhythm, right? As a pitcher, you're so reliant on your rhythm, the stuff you're used to, right?
True.
Did you have any mannerisms or like
Yeah.
stuff that you would always do anytime you go out on the mound?
Yeah. I would always start with a fastball and then 80%, and then go 2 more fastballs, 1 or 2 curveballs. Yeah, so you kind of develop a certain sequence to warm up again. And I was always making sure my pants was sitting over.
Can't have a pants mishap on the
No.
Now, are you one of those guys that would one of those pitchers that would jump over the lines on your way back to dugout? You would never step on the lines?
No. I didn't. I was not that
Okay.
religious or,
You're not a very superstitious guy.
No.
You didn't have to put on your right sock first, followed by your left sock, or
Well.
Now that you mention it.
I wasn't jumping lines, but I was always wearing the same kind of socks, even if they're full of holes. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Every baseball player has its.
And then you had a hole on on your big toe side, and I was just, okay, I'll just switch it around. Then it's on my pinky,
Yeah.
Who cares? But these were the socks that I played well with last time, so yeah.
I don't think my mom can remember how many holes she fixed in my socks back when I was in my playing days.
I can tell you, like pitching, my foot when as he fires the first pitch low, the foot where I used to jump off with. One game my socks were through. Yeah.
Just done and done.
Yeah.
As Llewellyn, who is the batter, chops it foul. 1-1 count here. Kelly with a huge smile on his face, so I guess whatever pitch he threw, he enjoyed. Still smiling.
Yeah. That was pitch number 70. So.
Yeah, 41 strikes, so it's not a very good strike to ball ratio for Kelly today. As that is another ball in the dirt. Yeah, I wasn't a very superstitious baseball player, but I would always jump over the lines. Yes.
Oh yeah?
I would never touch the lines. Yeah.
Did you pitch also?
No, I did a little bit, but I was a catcher.
Okay.
That's why my love from pitch sequencing comes from, because I was in charge of calling those pitches, and there's no better feeling than being totally in sync with your pitcher and knowing exactly what you wanted to do together.
Yeah, it's so important.
It's incredible feeling if you're on the same page.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen a lot.
4 balls.
Yes, Philip Llewellyn takes first base.
Yeah, I used to work a lot with Nick Fritsma and Sebastian Franke. And the good thing about these guys is if one pitch wouldn't work as much as you would love to, they would take that into account and go to that pitch a little bit less than usual.
Because they can tell. Catchers can tell. If they know you, they can tell what pitches are working and what isn't. Yeah. I remember one game that I caught. The starting pitcher was like 54 years old, and he threw 7 different kinds of curves. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. As that is drilled into right field, but fouled by Quinton de Cuba. He threw a knuckleball too. Oh, and I noticed in the pregame when we were warming up, that knuckleball is just crazy. Back to it, and I think the guy threw 25, 28 knuckleballs that game.
Yeah, he's hitting 231. Yeah, yeah, no, you mentioned it's not a home run club.
Starts out outside and out of the zone and rips back in at the very last second.
So we got 2 strikes, 1 ball, no outs. The runner at first base. Bottom of the 4th.
Nice job by He's getting a workout behind the plate today. So far,
So, that's Tony Romney. That's Denny Romney's dad. You just woke up.
in the chat.
You didn't miss much. No, it's a 1-0 game, but anything can happen.
Information coming in from Philbrick and Kevin Kelly were roommates when they were roommates.
Oh, yeah.
They are actually good friends, so that's probably why Kelly is smiling.
Ah.
This is why we have a chat. People
Yeah.
give us really good information.
Yep. Yeah, and an old friend of mine, Allard, says hi. Hey, Allard. How you doing, buddy? He used to play with us. Good.
I'll take it. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Oh, what a roll by the Cuba. Dies down.
Yep.
Bernardino tracks it down and holds it in. But the Cuba, I
don't think he hit any Yeah, he looked the flag.
Dat was one-out voor Quinten de Cuba. Aanslag komt Max Rijer.
This song, I was going to say, this song is one of the favorite songs of the region. Jeremy Guthrie, I told this story last week in the podcast.
Okay.
Guthrie was like, oh, we don't do this way.
Oh, okay, yeah.
On the field, and he made a joke that he was just singing along to the song. He has no idea what the lyrics are, he was just singing along. So now every time I hear that song, I have to think about Jeremy Guthrie, who, by the way, was just super nice to be to have in the booth.
Yeah.
We opened baseball cards, old baseball cards,
Oh.
with him, as that is a
There's a
swing and a
swing.
miss and a
Oh.
interesting stolen base
Yeah.
by Llewellyn.
I'm like, what? Why is he not smiling?
Not quite sure what
Apparently it
was
wasn't necessary.
That's odd. But he steals a base, so
I just wanted to mention, like, I wonder what's Denny going to do here, you know?
well, I don't
One
know if this
out.
was how he drew it up,
Yeah.
but it worked.
I think hit or run, stole, yeah, steal.
Yeah, we joked with Jeremy Guthrie. We're going to open like 3 packs of old baseball cards. And if we pull a Jeremy Guthrie baseball card, we need you to sign it. Unfortunately, we did not pull a Jeremy Guthrie card, but a day later he showed up at the stadium and left us signed baseball cards.
Oh, that was really nice.
So that's a cool dude, Jeremy Guthrie.
Yeah, yeah.
As that's a swing and a miss by Max Dreyer.
Yeah, baseball cards. Tell me about it.
Oh yeah, you had a big collection.
Yeah, yeah. And we used to lose a lot of sleep with the guys I played with, my friends, and when we were, you know, younger players. We used to sleep with each other or sleep at each other, and then trade baseball cards till, you know, late at night.
Yeah.
When parents came up. Come on, guys, go to sleep. You have a game tomorrow. And yeah.
What was your? Do you remember what your favorite baseball card was? Was the nicest, like the coolest player, the one you were the happiest with that you had it?
Yeah, I think King Griffith Jr.
Yeah.
I think it's 1990 tops with the little cup on it. Yeah.
Yeah. As Kelly fires in, and that's a ball. No, it's a strike. It's a delayed call, and Dreyer also not too happy with that one.
It's
And he goes like, well, whatever.
it took some time to
Yeah.
to make a decision there. So
we're working on the microphones, guys. We can't seem to find the issue because everything is coming in just fine, but we're seeing you in the chat that there's a little bit of a microphone issue. We're working on it very hard, but hopefully we're figuring.
So Bob van der Meer is hitting. That's the first strike.
We also don't want to have you guys hear literally everything that happens in the stadium here.
Well, maybe after 9 innings they do.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. As Kevin Kelly gets us underway, that's grounded by Van der Meer to shortstop. That is a nice play by Polonius. And yep, there's the tag.
The tag of the base.
And that ends the inning. So it's still 1-0 HCAW here.
Yep.
As we head to the top of the 5th inning. As Dennis Burgerstijk is once again in charge of delivering some baseballs. He's doing it all.
Yeah.
We're joking. I think it was game 1. No, it was game 1 in Rotterdam. And Stijn van der Meer was doing everything. And he was even in charge of reattaching bases and raking the mound.
Yep.
And he was doing it all. So Dennis Burgerstijk has now taken that role for HCAW.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's important. I mean, if you don't pitch and you can help out your team with whatever, you know, it's important. Yeah.
The MVPs. The real MVPs.
Yes, yes. I used to do a lot of shagging.
Yeah, shagging
like
fly balls in the outfield.
Yeah. So with batting practice and then pick up some balls.
Yeah, especially as a pitcher, you have some downtime during BP, I guess, so you can just help out a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, you know you have your running and your exercises, especially if you pitch the day before. Get the soreness out of your body, but yeah, to be out there on the field and with you guys, it's really nice.
Yeah, it's fun.
And also during the game, you know, you took a lot of notes on hitters from the other side. You know, what pitch they hit well, what pitch they didn't hit well. You try to create like a database, right?
Right.
Get some information. I mean, baseball is also about it's all about stats, right? So.
Information warfare. It's
Yes.
also about knowing more about your opponent than they do, as Chris Diaz swings and misses. For a strike here in the top of the 5th inning.
It starts raining a little bit here in Bussum. But I think we're still doing okay here.
Yeah, we can see some people bringing out some umbrellas and ponchos.
Yep.
We are high and dry.
Yes.
As Diaz chops it foul over into the HCAW dugout. Neptunus, I don't think, are doing enough to interrupt Heyer's rhythm right now, because Heyer is dictating the pace of this ball game as Diaz slices it into left, caught by Fildrik Llewellyn.
Yeah. Well hit ball.
Yeah.
But you can see, especially with his win, he was playing in already a lot because of the win. So that gave him the opportunity to catch this ball. I think regular game, this might have dropped.
It's an interesting hair color that Chris Diaz is rocking today.
Blue. Light blue.
Yeah, this is where the pace thing comes into play again, because Heyer is ready to go. And this is where Dashenko Ricardo is actually trying to slow him down. Slow to get to the batter's box.
Yep.
Making sure that Heyer is not the one dictating the pace of the game.
Good pitch inside.
Here once again, Heyer quick to be ready. And the moment Ricardo steps in, Heyer gets into his windup.
Yep. Yeah, this is this tells you a lot about like the mental warfare between pitcher and, you know, as a pitcher you want to say, hey, I'm in charge here. So
the ball's in the dirt. Nice scoop by Goins. 1-2 count here to Dashenko Ricardo, the veteran backstop for Curaçao Neptunus and the Kingdom team. That is
a check swing.
Yeah, did you see the change that Heyer had in his throwing angle?
Yeah,
His arm.
He dropped his
arm.
He
dropped his arm a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Just changing speech, changing how he throws the baseball. Just anything to mess with the hitter. Very nice job there by Heyer. Just dropping his arm slightly.
Strikeout number 3. Kelly also has 3 strikeouts at the moment. Oh, this is strikeout number 4.
There you go.
Actually,
it just updated right in front of us, right in front of our eyes.
Yep.
Shadian Yamanika swings at the first pitch, broke his bat from the sound of it, and Brendan Martina throws him out.
Good throw. Yep.
Well, this way Heyer can pitch 3 more ball games today at this speed, because he has another quick inning.
Yep. Yeah, if you can get, you know, between 10 and 13 pitches an inning, you can go a long way.
Mijn naam is Max, één van de werknemers van HCAW Cars in Naarden. En ik ga jullie in deze korte video laten zien waarom HCAW de perfecte plek is om je auto wat extra liefde te geven.
Nadat de auto van buiten helemaal is schoongemaakt, kun je ook nog even op ons stofzuigplein de auto schoonmaken van binnen.
In de meeste gevallen maakt u de auto zelf schoon. Heeft u liever dat een van mijn collega's of ik uw auto schoonmaak, dan kan dat ook. Of wilt u de auto echt een keer in showroom staan brengen, dan kan dat op onze iClean Car Polish afdeling. Welkom op onze iClean Car Polish afdeling.
Ja. Ja, dat is dat klippen, hè. Welcome back to Bussum. Welcome back to the Holland Series 2022, which might be coming to an end here. I'm saying might because there's a lot that can happen. It's only 1-0 here.
Yeah.
As HCAW, the home team, are leading 1-0. They're also leading the series of the best of 7, 3-0.
Yeah, that was a surprise, I think.
They are 1 win away from clinching their first title in 24 years. My name is Jasper Roos, Jurian Lobezo, right next to me here in the booth.
Pops it up, first base side.
Oh, Yamanika, no, can't get there. Nice sliding attempt.
Again, did you see the ball move?
Yeah, it's so windy here today.
Yeah.
So, former Hoofdklasse pitcher and pitcher for the Dutch national team. Jurian Lobezo in the booth here with me. You were almost pro, or you were pro for the Minnesota Twins, right?
Yeah, actually I signed.
You signed, yeah.
And I went to spring training for a couple of weeks only. Yeah.
What was that like?
Yeah, it's such a different scenery. I mean, you're together with a group of guys that, you know, they only want to do one thing, that's play baseball. And so the van, the bus to the field, 7:30 on the field, entire day. I think 30 days. We had 1 day off because it was some kind of celebration day.
As that is drilled into the outfield, and that will get down for a base hit. So Kelly gives up his 3rd base hit of the game. Julian Goins, once again, the guy.
Your number 9, yeah. It's your number 9 hitter on the bag. So we go to the top, Brendan Martina.
So Goins now 1 for 1 after being hit by a pitch in his last at bat. He had a good game last week as well. So what's the rhythm like during a pro ball spring training? So it's getting up at like 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then go to the field and play baseball for 15 hours and go back home? Or?
6:30, then you go into your your regular rhythm, do all the exercises, and have some lunch, go back to the field, play a practice game, and then you go back home and rest. Yeah.
So what do you do in your downtime when you're not resting? What do you guys do? Because right now they all play like PlayStation, Xbox. As that ball gets away from Deshaun Ricardo's mask, and that
hits his mask.
Goins at second base.
Well,
you play cards or read a book, or what do you guys do?
No, well, I was kind of lucky because I went to Fort Myers in Florida, and I played college baseball in Florida 2 years before that. So I had some, friends that I met in college that lived in that area. So I met them, and we just looked around in the area, and so that's really nice, because if you don't have a lot of friends or acquaintances down there, you're bound to your hotel room pretty quickly. So you have to really, and
nice bunt attempt by Bradley Martina, but Stijn van der Meer, the veteran that he is, spotted that ball was going to go foul. Yeah. And then a little jokery with Julian Goins, who will be heading back to second base.
But indeed, a lot of these guys, they play games on the. I wasn't a gamer, so I just wanted to go out and see what's there,
Right. Yeah. Were you the first Dutch player to play for the Minnesota Twins organization? I know there's been a bunch since you signed with them.
Yes.
Because we had Tom Stuyverberg, obviously, was a member of the Minnesota Twins organization, and Wesley Connor as well.
Yeah, and from Eindhoven, the tall lefty.
Alexander Schmidt.
That's right.
Yeah, so
pretty talented.
Minnesota had a scout here, apparently.
Yes.
But you might have been the first.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe I did, yeah.
You opened the door for the 3 guys. Blijleven, yeah, of course. Holy shit. The Sepp Visser yelling at us. You guys completely forgetting Blijleven.
Good one, yeah.
But I don't know, he wasn't scouted from here.
No, he was raised in the States.
He was born here, raised in the States. But
about Bert Blijleven, my first Major League Baseball game I watched was Detroit Tigers against Twins, and Bert Blijleven was actually on that team. So he was one of the first big leaguers I saw, and it was Bert Blijleven. He chops it. He's going to third base. So we have a rundown between second and third.
Yeah, they get Goins.
Yeah. He's out.
Leaned a little bit too far. I think it was a contact play. He was going on contact, and Kelly with a nice play, getting to that baseball quickly, turning around and firing it to third to get Goins stuck in a rundown. But this might not even matter that much, because there's a pretty good chance that Martina is going to try to steal a second here.
Yeah, unfortunately, I only stayed there for 3 or 4 weeks, so I don't have any experience with once spring training is over and you go with your team and start playing regular games, because I think that's a big difference from spring training. Yeah, spring training is preparing for the season,
and I assume you were in the minor league camp for spring training? Yes. Yeah.
Well, actually, some of the big league guys were also there.
There goes Martina, as called, as he might be out. Oh, that's a very nice slide, but he is called out at second base. But
excellent throw.
Yeah, it's a great throw by Deshaun Ricardo. Pretty decent jump by Martina, but not the best I've seen him take. But yeah, so we called it. We were like, well, he's probably going to steal second base, and he tried to.
Yeah.
But no.
He's not used to get caught stealing.
No.
A lot, I think.
Oh, he's going to... And they're once again joking around. That's the best part about Hoofdklasse baseball. We talked about this in the broadcast last week. These guys know each other so well. They play each other a million times a year. Most of them know each other from either like other teams or outside of baseball as well. So Martina knelt down in the middle of the base path and joked that he was going to tie his shoelaces. And Kelly also still smiling on the mound, despite the fact that he's trailing 1-0.
He's doing a very good job.
He's doing a very good job indeed.
I look at the board. HCAW has 3 hits. Neptunus 2. So again, a pitching matchup in the Holland Series.
Victor Dreyer 0 for 1 today in the ball game. Kelly taking his time now. Gets the sign from Ricardo. And there's the pitch, and it is a strike. Breaking ball low in the zone. Dreyer doesn't really like it.
pretty international chats coming in. Germany, Curaçao.
With some US, we had Lisbon.
Italy. France.
A lot of people checking in. Welcome. Yep. That's why we broadcast in English.
And the sun's out again here, so nice.
As Dreyer ducks out of the way, that's ball 4. So Kelly walks the number 2 hitter in the HCAW lineup, and that puts Gendro Tromp back in the box. Tromp 0 for 2 on the day today with a strikeout. Two away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. HCAW leading 1-0. Kevin Kelly still on the mound for Neptunus, as we do see Diego Markwell well out of the dugout for Neptunus, looking in the direction of the bullpen. Unfortunately, due to our sidelines, I can't see it. Yeah, there's activity in the bullpen, definitely. I can't see who it is, but
hard hit ball, foul.
Let's see if I can open a window. No, I can't tell. There are people warming up, Julian, just so you know.
Okay. Maybe we should, have a call to the bullpen.
Yeah. Can we?
Sepp Visser's going
to check. Yeah, he's going to check. He checked it out. He'll find the information we need. We haven't seen a whole lot of relievers in the Holland Series anyway. The only one we've seen, I think, is Jared Mortensen for HCAW.
Who had a save, actually.
Yeah, he closed out 2 games, I think.
Yeah.
And everything else has been the starters. Or we might have seen 1 Neptunus reliever as well. All these games like blur together.
Yeah.
Once you do a lot of them. As Kelly winds, fires, and Tromp looks at a strike.
It looked outside a little bit.
It did, and he didn't look like he agreed with the call either. But we've seen a lot of that today, so.
But I mean, that's the reason why these two teams are here, right? It's pitching dominance, I guess, throughout the entire year.
We're getting information from the bullpen. Aaron de Groot, we're warming up for Neptunus. I think he pitched an inning in game 2 or 3 as well.
He was a little bit early on that breaking ball, fouling it off. So the count is 1-2, 2 outs. I think if HCAW wins here today, I think there's going to be a little party.
There should be a little party.
After 24 years.
It's a lot of beer you need to drink to catch up with 24 years of.
And I think also, I think also to mention Ron Jaarsma, who was very active in this club, big sponsor. He passed away unfortunately this year, but yeah, he'll be very proud of this team and club and organization if they can do it again after 24 years.
So win 1 for the Gipper scenario. Out of his shoes, but he strikes out. So it's a changé, as the French would say. Hire coming back out. We also have some yellow jerseys in the bullpen at HCAW, but I think that's just for show because Hire looks like he's in charge and in control.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Gary, we cannot pan the camera in center field because that's a static camera. We don't have camera people handling our cameras. They are basically duct taped to a pole. So we'd have to send someone all the way out there to move. We can ask Chris if he can move a couple of seats over, get into the camera angle.
Gary's also mentioning one mic is good and the other one is sounding very distant.
I think that's fixed now.
Okay.
I just got the word from our producers. They fixed our microphones. So
great.
This is why we have them.
Yep.
They are the best in the business for a reason. Very busy here in quote-unquote press box today. A lot of people. We have RTV North Holland is in the house as well.
Yeah, Telegraaf, some newspapers.
Telegraaf was in here, yeah. Some dignitaries as well. People from the Dutch Baseball Federation, high-ups. As Jandido Tromp looks at strike 1.
They might have to reach out the big cup and medals. You never know.
I saw the award today. It's like in soccer. It's the dish. It's a really nice dish.
Yep.
Yeah. I was able to take a sneak peek at it because Jason was the one who was bringing it to the stadium today.
I think it would be the same still as 96, 98.
Could be, yeah. We can ask him if he can bring it out.
Yeah.
Maybe we can take a picture and can show the people at home what we have here.
A soft roller to second base, 4-3, out number 1.
It's good to mention that in case the floodgates open now and it starts to rain so badly that we cannot complete this game, this is now an official game.
Yes.
So.
Yes. I thought about it like 30 minutes ago. I didn't want to say it, but yeah, that's why it's so important, you know, to get that lead, to keep that lead, because you know the weather could change in a minute here. Fastball inside. It's 1 ball. And it's high outside. So we have 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Strike. Outside for strike number 2. 2-2. 1 out.
Croatia checking in. You see that? People from Croatia watching the game. As once again, that's Hires the dropping of his arm angle again. He does that every now and again.
Yeah.
Especially in a scenario with 2 strikes. He likes to change the arm angle and mess with the hitter's timing and vision.
I was about to say here, big pitch. If you can get 2 outs. Yeah. So we have a runner on first base with a walk.
And Wes in the house as well, the Dutch national broadcaster. With their humongous cameras. But of course, they're not broadcasting this game live. We are.
Yes. Polonius at bat number 3 in the batting order of Neptunus.
Van der Meer was caught stealing yesterday or last week, so he might be hesitant to run here. Can't steal a base, not because he's like super fast, but he gets really good jumps.
Yeah, you can read the pitcher
really
well.
Yeah. Really well. He's very good at timing. That's a sizable lead too by Van der Meer. As Polonius fouls it over our heads and onto the street. So 0-2 count here for Polonius with Van der Meer at first base. 1 out here. Hire looking to retire the shortstop who fouls it back onto the streets once more.
Yeah, I think he walked previous at bat.
Defensive swings here because they don't look comfortable at all against Hire in the batter's box. I don't think I've seen a single comfortable at bat. There's the pitch. Check swing.
What?
Maybe you can hear the people in the stands here laugh.
I wish I could see that again.
Yeah, that was a good pitch. As Polonius has an extra life. Pickoff attempt at first base. Van der Meer back in time.
You never know. Maybe he now, you know, throws a good pitch. You get a grounder, get a double play. You know, then you forget about the pitch.
Yeah, exactly. As Hire gets set, fires, and Polonius chops it into right. Nice play by Martina, and they double off Van der Meer at first base.
Yeah, I think he was out.
I think so too, but there's not a whole lot you can do there. That's Brandly Martina's speed, because with any other second baseman, that ball might actually get by and go into the outfield. But Martina's incredible speed makes him get to the baseball fast enough to catch it and then flip it to first base to double off Stijn van der Meer. Excellent, excellent defensive play once again by Brandly Martina.
Yeah, we go to the bottom of the 6th already.
So HCAW will be looking to expand their lead here.
Yeah.
Give them a little more breathing room.
Game, and you know, it's a pitching duel. I still feel something's going to happen in this game.
It could burst at any moment.
Yeah.
Dennis Burgersdijk referred to Neptunus as a waakvlam that can ignite at any time. And we see a pitching change for Curaçao Neptunus. So Kevin Kelly's day is done. It's Aaron de Groot from the looks of it.
Yeah, Kelly, he had 104 pitches, 61 strikes. But another good performance.
De Groot, of course, also a member of, there goes Kelly right in front of us. Probably going to get a beer. Well deserved. Kept his team in the game. That's the beauty of Dutch baseball too. These players just walk. We saw Dennis Burgersdijk walk into the crowd like 2 innings ago, and now Kelly just walking right in front of us.
Yeah.
Maybe needs to go to the bathroom, or but then you have to go through the crowd.
Yep.
Aaron de Groot started 10 games this season for Curaçao Neptunus, now coming out of the bullpen with a 2.73 ERA. 56 innings pitched this season for the team from Rotterdam. 50 strikeouts. 27 walks.
That's a bit high. Yeah.
Yeah, he does have a tendency to walk a batter here or there.
He does seem to have a pretty good fastball.
He's a member of the Kingdom team. As we get underway with Kevin Dirksen in the box, as he pops up the first pitch out of play. It's a nice breaking ball right there by de Groot, slightly low and outside.
Yep. Slider outside. Trying to get the batter off balance.
That pitch is inside, so definitely moving the baseball around the plate now, outside, inside, up and down. As Dirksen awaits the pitch, there it is, and it is crushed into left field with a foul that will reach the Neptunus bullpen.
He was early on that one.
Mm-hmm. 2-2 pitch here.
Can you see how shallow these outfielders
Yeah,
are actually?
I mean, you can't blame him.
No.
The odds are not that this baseball is going to go very far if Dirksen makes contact. And
Slider.
Grounds it up the middle, bounces off the pitcher's mound and up into Dwayne Kemp's glove, who throws him out at first base for one away. We have a picture of the championship dish for you. There you go. That's Jason. He'll be the one handing it out. That's the award everyone's playing for. The Dutch National Baseball Trophy.
Yes.
The dish. As you see also Roy Berrevoets' jersey in the background.
Yes.
Mentioned before in the broadcast.
Yeah. Yeah, back in the days, we had, at 96, we had, I think, the final game, Danny Wout starting. Although
that's a name I haven't heard in 30 years.
He could throw really hard, but also shoulder.
Yeah.
And there was quite some interest from Cincinnati Reds for him at that time.
Didn't he have a brother who also played baseball?
I'm not sure.
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, and obviously in 98 also Patrick de Lange.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were both the starters of the team.
Ooh, nice pitch by de Groot. Just dropped out of the strike zone a little bit too early as the rain comes back in and we have umbrellas opening up in front of us. There's that right down the middle for de Groot.
He has some nice arm movement.
I like his wind up where he just sort of cocks it like a gun.
Yeah.
Leans back and then just fires it forward. That's a very good pitch.
Yeah.
Oof. Man, that looked like a strike to me, but all right.
Yeah.
Filderic Llewellyn walks. As Dushenko Ricardo turns around and goes like, really?
Yeah. Yeah, the pitcher, he makes great use of his body. I mean, he's not that tall. But he, like you mentioned, he winds it up and just fires it. Good arm action.
A lot of people who don't follow baseball as closely may not realize this, but you can probably shed some more light on this. Pitching is not just an arm, right?
No.
It's the rest of your body as well. It's your legs more than anything.
Yeah. If you look at your training, especially, in pro ball, a lot of exercising, your upper legs, your torso, so your stomach muscles. Very important. And it's like a chain, right? I mean, you start basically pushing off with your with your foot, and then you have to translate all that power to your tip of your fingers, actually. So, yeah. And you can actually see the guys that they're not really, strong build, but they can throw really hard because they have that chain, chain of all your body parts linking together, and then.
We've seen a movement over the last couple of years in pro ball with a lot of more biomechanical engineering.
Yes.
People being hired by baseball teams to just talk about, okay, so for your body, you should do this to maximize the strength in your legs or the strength in your shoulder or your elbow or whatever. A lot of biomechanical engineering going on in baseball. Steve Jansen, former head coach of the Dutch national baseball team, has a Twitter account where he tweets out a lot of stuff about that. Biomechanical stuff. Yeah. I don't understand half the stuff that he's tweeting out. But I'm not a biomechanical engineer. So.
No, and I think especially compared to like 20, 30 years ago, there's a lot to gain, right? I mean, if you look at speed skating or, cycling, even Formula 1, actually.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. It's a constant process of trying to maximize what the human body can do. And we've been talking about it for 20 years, that throwing a baseball as a pitcher is one of the most unnatural movements I think your body can do. It's just a lot of pressure on so many different points of your body. Yeah. We're just trying to find a way to keep everyone as healthy as possible for as long as possible while they throw 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, with softball. I mean, a pitcher with softball, can throw 100 pitches and the next day they can start again.
It's a more natural movement. As De Groot fires a ball.
I was about to say, Neptunus getting lucky here because of the leg of the umpire, but it's a walk anyway.
Yeah, De Groot thought he had a strike on the previous pitch, but didn't get it. So there was a little bit of a chat with the umpire again. So we have runners on for HCAW here. Runners on first and second with one away. And Max Dreyer is the next batter.
Number 7 hitter. So we have 7, 8, and 9 coming up for HCAW.
Dreyer 1 for 2 today. Scored the only run. No, sorry, he had the only RBI. Run was scored by Philip Llewellyn. So Dreyer awaits the pitch, and that is slightly outside for a ball.
Fastball.
So 1-0 here, Aaron De Groot looking in. Fires it, and that's just a bit low for a ball.
I think it's going to be very important for HCAW to get another, insurance run here.
Yeah, you don't want to have to defend a 1-run lead against Neptunus too often, because at some point something's going to break.
Yeah, they have great quality hitters, so. Yeah.
Veteran team that's been there and done that. As De Groot fires the 2-0 pitch, that's a strike down the middle.
Right in there.
Yeah, I think Dreyer was taken all the way here. Like, don't help him out.
Yeah, 2 balls.
That's a nice pitch. Yeah. That is a very nice pitch by De Groot.
Slider, curveball.
Yeah, it's hard to tell sometimes with the camera angle, but whenever I don't know, I just say breaking ball. Problem solved. Off-speed pitch.
I didn't throw a slider. It's actually no, it's actually like a really top-down curveball, or more like a slurve.
Yeah, the slider curve.
Ooh,
that looked like a good
pitch.
pitch. Yeah, that's a strike. Strike 3 for Dreyer. So De Groot claws his way back into the at-bat after falling behind 2-0. Fires 3 straight strikes and retires Dreyer. And that brings up Bob van der Meer, the number 8 hitter for HCAW, the shortstop, whose brother plays third base for Neptunus. We've had some Van der Meer on Van der Meer crime in the Holland Series. Van der Meer number 1 grounding into number 2, etc.
Maybe you should ask their parents.
Yeah.
Who are you rooting for?
They were in attendance. I don't know if they're here today. I'm assuming they are. But I have seen at least Dad van der Meer walk around. As a
Fastball right there.
Bob takes a strike.
Outside. Seems strike zone is it's pretty wide today. Which as a pitcher you love, obviously.
Yeah, it should also get some more offense going, because hitters are going to swing the bat more often with pitches being close enough to call the strike.
Yeah.
Call the strike, but that hasn't happened yet today. We've only seen 5 base hits, 3 for HCAW, 2 for Neptunus. It's 1-0 for the home team.
Yeah, a couple of walks on both sides, but nothing really special.
As the Groot fires it in, that's a ball low. Nice job again by Deshenko Ricardo.
Yeah, great block. I don't think we've seen extra base hits today, right?
No, I don't think so. We've barely seen anything hit in the outfield.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything is mostly everything has stayed in the infield. I think 2 infield hits as well. And the one ball that was hit into the outfield by Chris Diaz was a line out to left field.
Yeah.
As there's the pitch, and Van der Meer grounds it to first base. Yamanika fields it.
That's it.
Steps on the base, and that'll retire the side.
It's a good pitch. Inside, right in his hands. Yeah.
I've been told we have video footage actually of the dish arriving at the stadium today. There we go. That's Jason.
Pizza Campione.
Coming into the Buffalo fly. There you go.
He's really nice dressed up.
Yeah, he's definitely dressed for the show, 100%. So now you know, this is what we're playing for. We are in headed to the bottom of the 6th. Sorry, top of the 7th. Excuse me, top of the 7th. 1-0 HCAW. And Heyer still out on the mound.
Yeah, I read yesterday that past 4 years he's been nominated best pitcher of the Netherlands for 3 years. So that is something.
That is quite something. He's taking home some hardware. Best pitcher for Honkbal Week. Best pitcher for the Hoofdklasse this year. So definitely, he's on some kind of heater, as the kids would say. I don't know if the kids say that, but it sounds cool.
Yeah. I got that in 97, 98. Best pitcher.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. Does it have a nice spot somewhere in your house? The award?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
What does it look like, the award back in the day? Because I've seen the recent
like
ones.
how do you say that? Plastic? No, like a little statue.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Not plastic, but plexiglass. How do you call that?
Yeah.
Plexiglass.
Plexiglass, yeah.
Yeah.
Plastic glassy. Yeah. There you go. As Roger Bernardina bunted it foul, so he has a strike on him. Yeah, they're made of real glass this year around.
Yeah.
Yeah. This dish is made of tin, by the way. The championship dish, I was told, is made of tin.
Yeah. This is a replica.
Yeah, exactly. Don't ever
the silver one.
Don't bring the real. Yeah, exactly.
It's
don't
in
bring
a safe.
Yeah.
In Nieuwegein somewhere.
Can't risk like what happened with Ajax a couple years ago, where they dropped it and the bus drove over it.
Oh yeah.
Can't risk that happening to the real thing, as that is outside for a ball. So it's a 2-1 count now to Roger Bernardino.
Yeah, I think this is crucial at bat for the Neptunus, but also for Lars, obviously. Coming back,
nice pitch.
2-2.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can get this guy out, you won't see him again maybe until the 9th. So.
As that is grounded up the middle. Once again, Bradley Martina, nice play, throwing in front of his body.
Oh, great scoop.
Everything about that was pretty.
Yep.
And that's with Bernardino running too, who is still lightning fast. So that's Martina had no time to waste. And he made a beautiful play. He has been absolutely fantastic today in the field for HCAW. And Heyer once again inducing that infield contact that we've seen so much of today. Neptunus is not capable of hitting anything in the outfield, really.
And they're going to the right side a lot, so that means he's jamming them inside. Yeah. Or forcing them to hit the other way with the slider outside. Or
Well, it's a nice first pitch here for a higher to Junior Martina. Strike one. As that is popped foul. I haven't seen Martina break out in the Holland Series the way he's been performing all season. He was excellent throughout the regular season for Neptunus. Struggling a little bit the last couple of weeks. As higher quickly.
Do you see that? Yeah. He's in his zone, Lars. He's just.
And I don't think he's shaken off his catcher once today. It's all like he gets the sign and just goes for it. Like, yep, sure, I'll throw whatever you want me to throw.
Well, maybe now. Or they're taking a little time.
They're taking a little time, yeah. Wants to mess with the rhythm a little bit for Junior Martina as well.
Yeah.
Fouled back out of play once again.
Ooh, yeah. For an 0-2 pitch, that was, a little bit too much in the middle, maybe. Just outside.
Yeah, it was a two-seamer, I think, that started out way outside and swung back in at the last second, but just a little bit too late. I can barely finish that sentence because Lars is already in his next pitch. It's unbelievable.
It's like a machine right now.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's a pitching machine. So I guess that we have another nickname, the pitching machine.
Yep. Payoff pitch.
Another chopper to Brentley Martina, who once again throws out the
Great play.
It's a lot of the same today. A lot of high choppers to second base.
Yep.
It's exactly what you said. Jam him as much as you can and make him go the opposite field. Yeah. Yeah, it's a proven recipe today for HCAW. Let's see if Dwayne Kemp can break through this cycle.
Yeah. Yeah. If you pitch him hard inside often, then you go away with the slider. The only way they can hit it hard is go to right field. Right?
Exactly. So Dwayne Kemp digging in with the crouch down stance in the batter's box as Hire already fires strike one in there.
Yep. Two outs, close to the 7th inning stretch.
As Kemp swings and misses through that pitch. Kemp, of course, one of the more clutch hitters in Dutch baseball over the last 10 years or so.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen him do important stuff for the Dutch national team.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did so at Baseball Week when Team Kingdom was about to get no hit by Japan. And then it was Dwayne Kemp in the last inning with a double that eventually led to the team scoring as he grounds it to third base. Max Dreyer fields it cleanly and throws out Kemp. So another quick inning for Hire.
We haven't seen it in a while. Grounder to third base.
No, yeah. So Dreyer finally had something to do. That was pitch number 90 for Lars Hire, so it's not like he's getting up there in his pitch count. Like he has probably has an inning or two left in him. Yep. And at this point, you have to wonder if Denny Omby is just going to give him the rest of the game. They do have the hard-throwing Canadian Jared Mortensen in the bullpen, of course.
Yeah, if he doesn't get in trouble, I would just let him be.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on a fair pitch count still.
And it's not like he's in trouble ever.
No.
Like he's just.
Plus, I think it's really important for HCAW to close the deal now. I mean, tomorrow you have to go to Rotterdam, maybe different weather again, and you give them another week to prepare for next weekend. So why not close the deal now?
Yeah, you don't want to risk.
No.
You don't want to risk getting them back into the series. Plus, it's always nice to clinch at home, right? To win a title in your home ballpark. Yeah.
And it's also good for the canteen.
Yeah, absolutely. there will be some beers sold. I hope they have the champagne in the freezer too.
I think so.
Yeah.
If I know Frank.
Yeah.
Frank Moyman.
Yes, it'll be ready.
Yeah.
I saw they did have champagne when they clinched the previous round against Amsterdam. So I'm sure there's plenty of champagne here now.
I've known Frank for quite a while. He's well, you know.
He's got things under control.
Yeah, and he's how do you say that? He's working for this club for such a long time, and yeah, he's doing a marvelous job, I think.
Yeah, it's been really easy working at HCAW. Obviously, this is the first time we're broadcasting from Bussum as well. Okay. The last couple of years, it was never HCAW in the Holland Series.
Yeah, it's always Amsterdam,
Rotterdam.
Yeah.
So we're intimately familiar with the people at Pirates and Neptunus, but not so much here. And it's been great working here.
The Bussum people treating you nice.
Absolutely, absolutely. As Aaron de Groot gets us underway here with a first pitch ball.
More like the countryside.
No, it's just nice to, you know, go to a ballpark and know that everything's taken care of. It's a good feeling. As that is a ball low to Julian Goins, 2-0.
I used to be jealous though. Like if you go to Neptunus, for instance, it's like a stadium, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Although this is more cozy. Yeah.
I like that you can see it in the broadcast too. As that's ball 3. The people are sitting right behind the backstop. There's no boarding.
Nope.
They're like on top of. It's almost like an English football stadium.
Yeah.
Where the crowd is like almost on top of the field. As Aaron de Groot pumps in a strike, so it's 3-1. As Julian Goins pops that up, and John Polonius puts him away for the out. Yeah, we just got a nice little stat. And Neptunus is currently on a 26-inning scoreless streak. They haven't scored for 26 innings. It's going to be hard to win a title.
Yeah.
If you don't score any runs.
Yeah. I also looked at the Lars Harris stats for postseason. 18 innings prior to this game, no run.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Plus 7, 6, 7. That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look at, I think his last 12 starts, including the regular season, he has not given up more than 1 run in any of them. Bradley Martina at the plate now, fouls it back and out of play for strike 1. Yeah, an amazing season for Lars Heyer.
Yes.
Before we knew that Denzel Richardson would receive the MVP award, Jason and I were talking about who we would give MVP votes to, as Martina grounds it to the Groot, who retires him at first. And my call was Heyer. I said I would pick Heyer for MVP. I'm not afraid to give a pitcher an MVP award.
No. Especially if you see what he does for the team in postseason. Yeah.
And Denzel Richardson is a worthy winner, of course, because he was excellent again this season in Hoofdklasse. But Heyer's last 10 or 12 starts were on a whole other level.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the music continuing to play when the bat has already started. That's fine. It's Biggie.
Pitch. Inside for strike 1.
We have Jandro Tromp on deck and Victor Dreyer in the box, who swings through it.
Speedy fastball.
I did the voiceover for the highlight video, the recap for this game last week.
Okay. Yeah.
And I sent it to Louis to put it, to mix it in. And I get a message from Louis saying, hey, you need to do this one little piece again because you refer to Victor Dreyer as Remco Dreyer.
Oh.
Yeah, well shit. Had been a long day.
Yeah, of course.
So fortunately, Louis was paying attention.
Tashenko going for it.
No. Nice play, though. Nice attempt.
Yeah.
But that was out of his reach, and I'm surely wind aided as well.
Yeah.
And look at Stijn van der Meer coming in all the way from third base. I'm assuming he's going to pick up the mask and give it to Tashenko.
That's it.
He's the real MVP.
That's how you work with your teammates. I think when the ball popped up, he couldn't see it at the beginning, so he's actually looking for it. I can imagine how difficult that is, you know.
Yeah.
Wearing a mask and ball pops up over your head and just, you know, look for it, find it. It's We
talked about it in the broadcast last week. It was the thing I hated the most as a catcher.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Ooh, that's drilled by Dreyer, but that's going to die down and go foul out of play. Yes.
Yeah, foul ball.
Yeah, it was a good thing Louis was paying attention last week because there's so many Dryers I just can't keep up.
Yeah.
Too many Dryers to keep track of.
I played with Dave Dreyer.
Yeah, that's Sepp actually in the same chat. Text me. Next thing you know, you call him Dave Dreyer. So yeah.
Yeah. That guy had a lot of movement on his fastball. Yeah. Sneaky righty.
As the wind is really picking up now, you can see everything blowing in the wind. There's a tree to our right, and I'm afraid it's going to get pulled out of the ground as Dreyer once again
hit it well.
Cranks it, but yeah, that's just going to die. Yep. It's too windy. Easy catch in left field for Jean-Lido Tromp.
That would have reached the warning track
easily. Yeah. So that retires the side here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We're heading to the top of the 8th. Let's see who comes out to pitch. It is indeed Lars Heijer.
Yep.
De gebouwen waarin wij verblijven zijn allemaal gebouwd met een doel, met een visie. Met ons team zorgen wij ervoor dat u fijn kunt wonen, ongestoord kunt werken en in een fijne omgeving kunt leren. Wij creëren een veilige en comfortabele omgeving voor jong en oud. Wij bouwen, verbouwen, renoveren.
Okay.
Welcome back to Bussum. It's 1-0 HCAW. They are 6 outs away from clinching their first national title in 24 years. And one of the players that was on the team that won a championship 24 years ago is my co-announcer today, Julian Lobezo, starting pitcher on the last championship team of HCAW. So it's fitting that you're here. If they are to clinch today, it's fitting that you're in the house.
I was telling my friends it would be, it's like a circle, or how do you say that? Yeah, circle, round, yeah.
That's Chris Diaz, fouls it back and out of play over our heads. Lars Heijer back on the mound for HCAW. You're going to try and sneak in some champagne then too?
No, I'll stick with the beer, but I'm certainly going to drink a beer.
Nice play by Heijer here.
That's it. 1 out.
1 away here as Diaz is retired at first base.
5 more. No, it's so great to see that a lot of people here supporting. Were already there when I was still playing, so they're here for 25 years. And HCAW has been struggling, the early 2000s, and they've done a really good job building this team. Denny Romley now is a head coach. So yeah, also for them, for the organization, it would be great if they can fix this. Yeah.
And it's good for the competitiveness, I guess, of the league as well. If it's always the same teams, the same 2 teams who make it to the finals.
It got a little bit boring, I think, over the last 10 to 15 years. Yeah.
Dashenko Ricardo digging in now. Not to take anything away from the teams that did win championships, because it's still quite a feat to come out on top after a lengthy baseball season. But it's good to see some new faces here.
Yeah.
So it's a nice pitch by Heijer for a strike.
We do see a little bit of movement in the bullpen. Well, you have to, 8th inning.
Yeah, I can't see who it is, but I'm going to guess it's Jared Mortensen. That is grounded to shortstop. Bob van der Meer handles it cleanly, throws out to Dashenko Ricardo for out number 2.
You can see people, every out now, people are going to start showing a little bit more emotion.
Yeah, we've got some people standing up now.
What's amazing is a 1-0 game again, huh?
Yeah, it's been close. We had 5-4, we had 1-0.
Yeah.
Another 1-0 coming up now.
Yeah.
It's been
I think that was key to this series, that HCAW won the first game in Rotterdam.
Shadian Yamanika is in the box right now, and he looks at strike 1 from Heijer, who's just pumping gas right now.
Yeah, you can tell why people,
Check swing popper too. What a play by Martina. What a play by Martina.
Wow.
That is just silly.
I think one of the reasons why Lars is so effective this game, and maybe the entire season, is that if you look at his fastball, it's just moving inside. So you're going to need some very strong hands to get around that pitch and hit it right. That's why you see a lot of ground balls to the right side.
So HCAW back to the dugout, back to picking up some bats, and try to expand that 1-0 lead that the team has right now. Aaron de Groot back out for Neptunus.
I wonder how the guys are feeling in the dugout. You know, I mean, they know they're about to make history for the club.
We can see them actually from here, and they're all doing the Macarena, which is playing on the stadium PA system. So that I did talk to Danny Romley about that too. I said that it looks like you guys are having a lot of fun. It's a very loose team, and he confirmed. He says it is a team that just likes playing together.
Yep.
It's a team that enjoys each other's company, and we're playing well. So I mean, you know, the best cure to a bad mood is winning baseball games.
Yeah.
So they seem to be having a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. When I talked to him this week, he said, well, what I try to teach these guys is don't be afraid to fail, right? And you know, I think he brings so much experience from pro ball and now with these guys. Yeah, it's just it's a great job. Yeah.
Baseball is a game of failure, after all. Like
yes.
If you succeed 1 out of 3 times as a hitter, you're successful.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
As Dashenko Ricardo launches that warm-up pitch into center field, but we are about to get underway. Jandro Tromp, Kevin Dirksen, and Fildrik Llewellyn are your scheduled hitters here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 1-0 HCAW. I see Jason getting restless behind us. He wants to hand out that dish. Jandro Tromp digs in, left-handed hitter against Aaron de Groot, who winds and fires a first pitch ball outside. As you can tell, it's a very nice blue skies right now.
Yeah.
That's another ball. Oh, and then Ricardo once again a little off the mark with his return throw.
Yeah, maybe he's a little frustrated. How about the things?
Plus, as a catcher, you're throwing 250 baseballs a game. So there are times when you get tired, as that is high and inside, and Jandro Tromp ducks out of the way, spins out of the way. So 3-0 here. De Groot not able to find the strike zone early on here in the bottom of the 8th inning, as Tromp is taken all the way for a strike. 3-1.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. You know, 9th inning or 8th inning. Oh.
Tromp thought he walked, but it was a strike. I did my umpire exam years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The question was, as De Groot fires and Tromp slashes it foul.
Right.
The first question they asked me was, when is it a strike? So I was in this whole explanation of, like, it's between your elbows and your knees and inside. They were like, no, it's a strike when the umpire says it's a strike.
True.
That's the only answer you need to know.
Yeah.
As Tromp once again fouls, it's identical to the last pitch.
Yeah. Well, key to pitchers obviously throw a ball that looks like a strike to the umpire.
Exactly.
But it's not really a strike to the hitter, right? So find the edges of the plate.
As the payoff pitch is underway from De Groot, that's outside. So Tromp walks.
And with pitching, you know, finding the corners of the plate, don't underestimate the catcher. I mean, they can make a ball look like a strike, you know, framing. If you have a catcher that can frame really well, I mean, that could make a difference between, you know, 10, 15 more strikes each game. So, yeah.
There are several pitchers or catchers in the major leagues right now who can't hit a lick, but they're such good framers that they still have a job.
Yeah.
Especially now that framing the last couple of years has actually become like a stat. You can measure framing. Like on StatCast, major league catchers and minor league catchers can be, their framing can actually be put into numbers. And if there's one thing we love as baseball players, it's numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can actually see which catchers are the good framers and which aren't.
Wow, yeah.
And there's a bunch that are really good at it. There's also a bunch that are really bad at it, but they can hit, so they also still have a job. 1-0 count here to Kevin Dirksen, who is turning around to bunt. And he bunts it foul and at a very inconvenient spot for Dashenko Ricardo. That ball bounced up.
So I think our listeners can
they can guess where it ended up.
They can guess where that ball went.
He's walking it off, but I'm feeling it. So 1-1 here as Aaron de Groot will be looking to keep the difference at 1 run.
I knew a lot of pitchers that didn't wear a cup.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Pitching.
my. Okay.
I always did.
Yeah,
I was just too scared that something would fly somewhere.
Oh, there goes the runner. Tromp. And it's a hit and run. Beautifully played hit and run. As
He's going to third. And he's standing up at third because the right fielder is bobbling the ball.
It's so fitting that this happens in what could be the final offensive inning for HCAW, is that they once again put the runners in motion with a beautifully executed hit and run by Dirksen, first with the bunt attempt, and then the next pitch slashes it into right field for a single, moving the runner to third base. We got a pinch runner over at first base as Dirksen's day is done. As can you see that jersey number? I can't see. No. Is it Jules Kramer? From the posture, it seems to be Jules Kramer. I can't tell. We'll tell you in a second.
Yeah, he's getting all kind of hands and back slaps from his teammates. Great job. And we have a pitching change.
It is indeed Kramer, by the way. I checked that. And Aaron de Groot's day is done with Riley Legito, your former buddy, Riley Legito.
Riley, yeah. He was there in Sydney as well.
There you go, yeah. Yeah, I saw you check in with him real quick just before the game started.
Yeah. I mean, this guy, Riley, he played at third base most of the time. And he had a laser. I mean, if you put him on the mound, I think, you know, he would throw like 92. Such a good arm.
Yeah, I remember as a kid watching the Dutch national team with him at third base. There's absolute laser beams from third base. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun to watch. Speaking of players who don't wear cups, do you remember the major leaguer Juan Uribe?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was rumored to never wear a cup either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no thanks. Give me a cup. When I play baseball, give me a cup.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Yeah.
No ifs, and or buts about it.
Oh yeah. To be honest, I hated ground balls as a pitcher.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Not a fan?
I'd rather have these really hard ones, you know, where you just need to react to, instead of these things.
Kevin Bucker has taken over on the mound for Curaçao Neptunus. Talented young righty. As de Groot struggled a little bit through 47 pitches, 25 of which strikes, so just a smidge over half his pitches were strikes. As the right-hander Bucker is taking his warm-up pitches with runners on first and third after a successful hit and run. Kevin Dirksen slashing the ball into right field, moving Tromp to third base, and now Jules Kramer pinch running at first base for Kevin Dirksen.
Yeah, Kevin Bucker, he was 4-2 in the regular season. 3.46 ERA. Yeah, he pitched around 40 innings this year. 29 strikeouts.
Yeah, it's not a strikeout pitcher. 39 innings, 29 strikeouts. He's a contact pitcher. Gets ground balls.
Yeah, I think Lars Heijer is 1-on-1. Like, I think this season 128 innings and same amount of strikeouts. Yeah.
So Philrik Llewellyn will be the guy in charge of driving in another run for HCAW.
Yeah. The thing as a pitcher though, strikeouts are really nice. You know, they're your best friend. And, you know, it's cool. But yeah, if you throw a lot of strikeouts, you also tend to throw quite some pitches.
Yeah, a lot of pitches. Yeah.
That's why they say double play is a pitcher's best friend. 1 pitch, 2 outs.
As the Bucker checks in on Kramer at first base with a slow pickoff. Yeah, you see that now in the major leagues too. There's this guy, Dylan Cease, who is in the running to potentially win a Cy Young Award this season, who he strikes out everyone, but he doesn't pitch out of the 5th or 6th inning because he throws so many pitches that he can barely make it to the 6th.
Yeah. Yeah, each strikeout, you know, is usually like 4 or 5, maybe 6 pitches. Yeah. Times 3. 1 inning is 20 pitches.
Yeah. That's an issue. Well, Bucker will be looking for a ground out here as he almost throws it away at first base. Kramer diving back in safely. A double play here would be very useful for Bucker.
Yeah.
That would score the run, but it would also give them a chance to
just put the ball in play.
Yeah. Infield playing in-ish.
It's a good curveball.
Trying to see if, yeah, Danny Romley once again throwing through a whole array of signs over at third base.
He might steal.
Yeah, Kramer has a decent lead. As Llewellyn pops it foul and out of play. That was a ball, but
fighting it off.
Expanded his strike zone. Didn't want to risk anything getting called a strike out of the blue. Defensive swing. Will extend his at-bat with at least one more pitch.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do here, obviously, is to strike out. You know, you want to at least bring the ball in play to get that additional run in.
Another pickoff attempt. Kramer safe. It's interesting that Jules Kramer is being used as a pinch runner as often as he is. He's a very speedy runner. As a catcher, you're not expecting him to be as fast, but he is. As Llewellyn.
Ooh.
That's very
that
close to
looks
foul.
Pretty close. Yeah.
Kramer also had some time in left field earlier in the Holland Series, but generally on the roster as a catcher. Made his international debut for Team Kingdom of the Netherlands during Hongball Week earlier this summer.
Oh, very good.
As a temporary replacement for Deshenko Ricardo, who had some health issues during Hongball Week.
Okay. Yeah, it was a great event again this year, the baseball week.
Yeah, it was fun. Had a good time.
Had some people coming.
Oh yeah, it was it was packed every day. Another pickoff here for Bucker. Yeah, this it was, I think, almost record-setting the number of people that came to Hongball Week, which is a good sign. It's a good sign that baseball is still alive and kicking here in the Netherlands.
Yep.
Plus the atmosphere, because that helps. The atmosphere is unrivaled in Haarlem, as that pitch is high and inside, and Llewellyn.
Some chin music.
Yeah, diving out of the way. Yeah. He's already been hit once this game.
Yeah. Compared to 25, 30 years ago, that really changed, right? The Dutch national team playing in the Netherlands is quite a different team than if you look at the what is that?
WBSC.
Yeah. I mean, there you have the big guys coming in.
As Llewellyn grounds it to short, fielded by Polonius, who will be going home.
So we have
this is going to be interesting to see. Is Tromp going to try and stay in the rundown long enough to get Kramer to third base?
He's safe.
He's safe! Neptunus screw up the rundown.
Oh.
And Tromp gets by Bucker and is safe. 2-0 HCAW, and the crowd are on their feet. Literally everyone is standing up now.
Yeah, and we still have no outs. First and second.
I was already looking at second base, like, what's Kramer going to do? Is he going to try and get to third? But Tromp, with his baseball instincts that we talked about before, he looks like a baseball player. Well, he plays like one too. 2-0 HCAW, and Quinten de Cuba will be in charge of attempting to move both runners over at least, because we have nobody out here in the bottom of the eighth inning.
I have a question for you. What would you do? I mean, would you bunt? Or would you say, hey, this is my power guy. I'm going to trust him to get a base hit?
I personally don't know how well the Cuba bunts, but he hasn't had a lot of base hits.
That's true.
Yeah. I might bunt here.
Yeah.
But it is your power guy, like you said. And but this is what can also happen. High pop up on the first pitch by Quinten de Cuba after a lengthy at bat for his. For fielder Llewellyn, he helps out Kevin Bucker by popping it up, and I would have bunted.
Yeah. I was thinking the same. Well, if it was a 1-0 game, I would definitely bunt, but maybe.
I'm usually not a huge bunt fan. Like I'm a guy. I belong to the hit dingers, don't bunt school.
Yeah.
But in this scenario, with the wind blowing in as much as it is, and the Cuba being a fly ball hitter to begin with.
Yeah, and you have your pinch runner on second base,
exactly.
which is fast, so a grounder would have scored probably. Yeah.
So Cuba pops out for out number 1, and Max Dreyer swings through the first pitch by Bucker in the AB, and that's strike number 1.
But maybe that's why we're standing here, not on the field.
That's also true, yeah. And honestly, Danny Romley has pushed all the right buttons all season long, so I'm not going to question him now.
Nope.
Ooh, that's drilled by Dreyer, but that's, again, more high than far as Kramer goes back to second to tag up, but he is not going to challenge Gianlito Tromp's arm. So 2 quick outs now for Bakker, 2 outs in 3 pitches. After the Cuba popped out on the first pitch and Dreyer flies out on the second pitch of the at-bat.
Yeah. So we have a total of 6 hits in the entire game, both teams combined. So.
And if it weren't for Jandro Tromp's very smart base running earlier, it would still be 1-0 because he should have been out.
Yeah, yeah.
But Neptunus not able to get the rundown going properly. And Tromp wiggled his way out and scored. So that brings up Bob van der Meer, who checks his swing. And he did. So 1 ball, no strike. He indeed checked his swing.
I think he gave it a save. No swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He checked his swing.
Yeah.
He did not go. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here. As grounded by Van der Meer to first base. Yamanika fields it, flips it to Bakker covering first base, and that'll retire the side. So a huge opportunity for HCAW to expand their lead squandered, but they still add 1 run.
Yep.
They had runners on first and second with nobody out, so you could say that they should have scored more, but either way, they got the insurance run you were talking about earlier in the ball game.
Yeah, I think really important. Yeah.
We vliegen hier al jaren naar de mooiste bestemmingen.
We zorgen voor het lekkerste eten, verkoelende zwembaden, de vetste glijbanen, de beste stranden. En we staan altijd voor je klaar met onze pakketgaranties.
Dat doen we al meer dan 20 jaar.
En dat blijven we doen.
Dus boek gerust je vakantie bij Corendon.
Naar de zon met Corendon!
Let me call you welcome, welcome to my island. We say bombini, so put on your douchey smile. While we say bombini, Curaçao, bombini, maracatushi console. It's a bombini, Curaçao, bombini, welcome to the sun that you want and the beaches you need. Bombini, everything right here in Curaçao, Curaçao, bombini, welcome to all.
3 outs to play with as Blaster Jacks and Timmy Trumpet are playing through the stadium PA. Edwin Diaz's walk-up song for the New York Mets in the 9th. But we don't have a closer on the mound here. We have Lars Heijer, the starting pitcher of today's ballgame, still on the mound. It's his ballgame right now.
It's his season.
It's his season for sure. Jandro Tromp, Stijn van der Meer, and John Polonius, the numbers 1, 2, and 3 of the batting order for Neptunus, will dig in. And Heijer fires strike 1. Seemed a little bit inside, but like we discussed before, it's a strike when the umpire says it's a strike.
Just looked a little bit inside, yeah.
As Tromp fouls that one off into the woods.
0-2 already.
Yeah, you can see Tromp on that first pitch going like that's not a strike, but whatever. Just basically resigned to the fact that this is what it is, as that ball is low and outside for a ball. One-two count here. Heijer looking to finish his incredible season with another complete game shutout. Because that's fouled off and up against the dugout for HCAW as the Cuba flips it back.
So Heijer has against him 2 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts.
Make that 5.
5. Yep.
That's a very nice pitch, and Jandro Tromp swings right through it.
That looked like a really hard slider.
Yeah. So 2 outs to go for HCAW to clinch their first national title in 24 years. How are the butterflies, Jan?
Yeah, they're coming.
Yeah. As Heijer fires to Van der Meer, that's low for a ball.
It's really nice to see the guys that I played with back in the days. I've seen a lot of them here today, so they all feel how special this moment is for HCAW.
It's a strike by Heijer. Yeah, it's 24 years is a long time, man.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
I think they reached the Holland Series in 2005. Still.
Yeah, and then lost.
Yeah.
That ball is low. So Van der Meer charged with trying to get anything going for Neptunus that they haven't been able to do against Haier today. And you will never see Van der Meer complain about a strike call, but he's shaking his head here.
Lars just keep throwing rockets.
1 and 2 count here to Van der Meer.
There's the slider.
He cranks it into left field, but that will... Yep, that is caught in left field by Fildrik Llewellyn.
We got 2 outs.
So John Polonius has Curaçao and Neptunus' season in his hands, in his bat. And Lars Haier, as the crowd are getting onto their feet. There we go, everyone's getting up.
Quinten says game over. It's not yet, Quinten. 1 more.
As Haier winds and delivers, that is low for a ball.
Yeah, that was a little bit low. Good call.
With Roger Bernardina, I was going to say on deck, but he's almost in Polonius' back pocket with how close he is to home plate.
Yep.
Well, that's a strike.
I told you how important it was to get Bernardina out. He's on deck right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you said it.
Yeah.
He might get another at bat in the 9th as Polonius grounds
There
it
we
to
go.
shortstop. Bob van der Meer
Final
throws it to
throw.
first. HCAW Bussum are national baseball champions of the Netherlands. 2022 national champs. HCAW Bussum are marking their starting pitcher on the field.
Yeah.
Complete game shutout for first national title in 24 years.
They've swept Neptunus.
Could you imagine that?
That's incredible. Yeah, 4-0.
As we have champagne being sprayed as they celebrate on the field. An unbelievable performance once again by HCAW Bussum. Congratulations, Jurian.
Thank you.
As a former HCAW standout, this must feel good for you too.
Yeah, this is great. This is great for the club, for the town, and also for the players, obviously, the entire organization. And congratulations to the others who have worked so hard. Yeah.
We have blue and yellow flares on the field to mark this momentous achievement for HCAW. The bad boys are joining into the festivities. We will leave you here, but you can keep watching. We'll turn off our microphones, but we'll leave you here with the entire ceremony. We want to thank you so much for watching this ballgame with us, for watching the entire Holland Series with us. The streaming numbers have been absolutely mind-blowing. And it's been fantastic to bring you these 4 ball games for the Holland Series 2022. I want to thank Jason Hartkamp, my co-announcer for the first 3 games. I also want to thank our producing team, and I want to thank you, Jurian, for filling in today. It's been an absolute blast getting to know you, getting to talk baseball with you.
Thank you, thank you.
And we're going to enjoy this, the festivities on the field here. We'll leave you with that, and we hope to see you all again next year for the new series, the new Holland Series, the new season. For now, my name is Jesper Roos. Thank you so much for watching. See you next year.
HCAW in de Holland Series 2022. Wij gaan de prijzen uitreiken. Ik ga dit heel lang maken, geen lang verhaal. We willen namelijk natuurlijk feesten en dat gaan we doen. We gaan eerst prijzen uitreiken. En de allereerste prijs die we uit gaan reiken is de prijs voor de MVP van de Holland Series. Wie zou dat nou zijn? Ik zal de cijfers even bijpakken. Want inderdaad, het hoeft niet per se iemand te zijn die altijd met de knuppel staat te slingeren, hoeft helemaal niet. We hebben fantastische wedstrijden gezien, echte pitches duels. En er zijn 2 wins gepakt. Waaronder eentje in de finale. Ik ga wat cijfers opnoemen. Hij heeft 16 innings gegooid. Hij heeft 9 strikeouts. Absoluut de MVP van de Holland Series 2022. Lars. En hij heeft de prijs uitgereikt door Job van Beekhoven namens het bestuur van de KNVB. Lars Heijer, gefeliciteerd! Dan gaan we onder begeleiding van wellicht een muziekje of zing gezellig allemaal mee. Gaan we de medailles uitreiken en daarna de schaal. En ik zal ondertussen wat vertellen. Heren, teamgenoten, kom allemaal naar voren. Kom jullie medaille ophalen, jullie welverdiende gouden medaille. Danny Romney, kom als eerste, als coach van het team natuurlijk. Weten we staan. Fantastische prestatie geleverd met zijn team. Hij krijgt als eerste de gouden medaille ophangen. Hij wordt ondersteund door zijn coaching zelf, Theo Bolgaars, Roland Enrique Senior en James Nader. Dat mag ook absoluut niet ongenoemd laten. Frank Mooijman voor het team, voor de club, Marische Verdalis en multitalentje, dankjewel. Zeer begaan met de club HCAW, heel belangrijk in de club. We hebben een prachtig seizoen gezien, natuurlijk fantastische Holland Series. Waarin de pitches duels hebben gezien, we hebben mooie hoekslagen, fantastische verdedigende acties, zowel in infield als in outfield. Maar helemaal aan het begin van het seizoen, ik neem jullie nog heel eventjes mee terug, 19 wedstrijden ongeslagen, een ongelooflijk record. En dat is de basis geweest voor de winst van de landstitel 2022 voor deze fantastische groep sporters. De medailles worden uitgereikt door Job van Beekhoven en Petra Arendt, allebei aanwezig namens het opbestuur. En als coach is hij de rookie, Danny Rookie. Hij was hier in 1996, was hij er ook al bij toen als speler. En nu dus in zijn rookie season als coach. Kampioen van Nederland. Maar daar ontbreekt nog één step, namelijk de schaal, de kampioenschaal, die ontbreekt natuurlijk nog. We gaan de schaal krijgen. Daar komt hij aan. Dames en heren, nieuwe landskampioen 2022. Hartelijk dank, dames en heren, van harte gefeliciteerd, maak er een prachtig feestje van!